Hello.
Right. You know, I was cranking too, Jazz. I was like,
I was watching you, like Charlie was dancing, Jazz was dancing, Dwayne, you had a little bop.
What you can see? I thought it was
see us.
I can see you because I'm hosting the stream,
creepy,
so I
big
can
brother.
see all of your cameras. So I see everything you're doing. So I just want to preface that right now. I see everything you're doing. But when I saw you guys dancing, then when it ended, you were like,
I tried to stop me when he got to 0. I stopped. And I was like,
I thought it was gonna be like a little buffer, like
right? Right? That was like 0 ready. I was like,
no, when it's done. When it's done, it's done. I'm just like gonna help a laugh at that. But yes, we are live. Thank you so much for joining us for the finale review of Loki. We have a couple fun things to talk about, but before we get into those things, I do want to say hey to our guests that we have today. We've got Kolby Mac in the house.
Yo.
What up?
And we've got Frank, aka Techniq.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
We have to do because air horns. I'm gonna find a way to.
Never worked.
No.
Hold on. Can y'all hold on? Let me see. Can y'all hear this?
yes.
We hear the horns.
Yes.
It works with the, okay. I already like what we're using now already.
StreamYard, yes.
Yeah.
With that being said, I would like to say shout out to Elliot at Movie Files. Yesterday, he kind of helped. We sat down for like a couple hours and he helped navigate me through this thing. So shout out to you, Elliot. If you don't know Movie Files, definitely check him out. He's been on the podcast a couple of times. We love him here, and he was a great help. So thank you, Elliot. Thank you. We're also joined by our regulars megalus. Okay, we've got Charlie.
My
Jazzy,
voice kind of going and coming back, though, so it might screech here and there.
in there. That's cool. And Dwayne.
What's up?
Awesome. There was something I was gonna say, and then I fluttered out. So we're just gonna jump into our icebreaker. No. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Kolby. For those who don't know, I'm gonna have both of you guys introduce yourself. And let's see if I do this right. Okay, go ahead, Kolby.
Yo, it's your boy Kolby Mac. I am the self-proclaimed.
Wait. Hold on.
I'm gonna get this right. I'm gonna get this right.
He started and then stopped.
No, did
not do this today.
Did you do that on purpose?
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yo, it's your boy Kolby Mac, the self-proclaimed most subjectively objective film critic in the game. You can follow your boy. I'm on all the socials at KolbyToldMe. That's KolbyTold me. So when they ask you where you heard it from, you can tell them Kolby told me.
Hey, I'm hella ready to hear. I feel like Pretty Ricky Grind on Me about to play.
Let me tell you something. What was that? Summer 06?
Yo, yes, sir.
You hear music. You hear music. You transport you exactly back to where you first heard it or the time of your life. You were going through some stuff. I remember the club. I remember the club that I was at and the woman that I punished to that song. Okay,
man, that was Jay Holiday.
She had some bad behavior. What is she?
Let me tell you something. Sheesh. Yeah.
All right, and let's go to Techniq. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Man, I don't know if I can follow that up. Just saying. My name is Frank, aka Techniq. I stream on Twitch under twitch.tv/Techniq. I'm a host, voice actor. Well, the actor part is kind of dried up right now because of the pandemic. Thanks. But other than that,
thanks a lot, pandemic.
Yeah, damn pandemic. But yeah, we typically talk a lot of comic books and stuff like that. So it's pretty good to be on this podcast. Great to see everybody and how everyone flows here today. You can find me on Twitter at Techniq TV. Just how you see it spelled here is add a T and V because that guy out there has my name. He won't give it up. But you can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Techniq. No U, no E, just a Q. And remember, don't sweat the technique is how you say it, not Techniq. And it's a pleasure to be here.
He said, put some respect on his name, okay?
Yeah, please, man. Like Techniq. I'm like, no, that's not How do you even get? Okay, all right.
How do you say that there, sir?
Yeah.
All right. So, and I want to thank you guys again for taking the time. We had to reschedule from Friday. I appreciate you guys working with us and coming back today. Let us start off with our icebreaker. You see that at the bottom.
Okay. Podcast bag.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Trying to get that streaming.
Oh, I missed the question though. What was
Hold
it?
on. No, I'm gonna say it. Don't worry about that. That's
Okay.
for looks. You know, it's not a functioning thing. It's just for looks.
Let's say Don Cheadle.
Yes, it's Don Cheadle.
It does.
So my icebreaker, because Space Jam came out. I still haven't seen it yet. I'm going to watch it. I definitely am waiting to watch it with like when we can all watch it together, me and my family. But this was we were supposed to do this Thursday, so this was pre that movie. So I don't know what happened in the movie. No spoilers, chat. No spoilers allowed.
Okay.
But Space Jam came out over the weekend, HBO Max and in theaters. And in celebration, we will have a little sing jam. All right. So Don Cheadle, for our icebreaker, Don Cheadle comes to you and says, you have to sing karaoke or this world will burn. Okay. This world will be destroyed and burned. What song do you pick? And I want you to sing a couple lines, not like full lines because it's YouTube. I don't want to get copyright, but sing a couple lines of the song you will sing to save the world. Who want to go first?
I'll nominate Charlie to go first. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
My voice gone, so I can't sing it.
I mean, what you got?
Go ahead.
Dreams are made of these.
Oh my God.
Who had a mind to disagree?
That's what I'm talking about.
Boy, he's
My boy is ready. That song, the candle behind him, the Jergens bottle right next to him too. Let me go.
Wait a minute.
That's hella not lotion. That's hella not lotion.
It's self-healing.
That's
Self-healing
not
lotion. Yo, at least tell me aloe was in that bad boy.
Oh man.
Maybe some cocoa butter. I don't know. Cocoa butter, we here, man.
Oh my God. You made me want to hear Pretty Ricky grind on me, bro.
Oh my
God.
Wait, when did that bottle show up? Because I didn't see that early until you did the grind on me.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Oh
my God.
I didn't even notice it until he
So you
said
know
it.
it out. I
He
didn't
slapped it on the
see it.
ground and you know he squirted all over the place.
Not squirt. Oh my God.
The fact that he legit went
No.
like this.
I'm playing.
Got it from
God, that's my
bottle.
cousin, bro. Cause he right here using the damn lotion.
I blame him for that damn.
I swear.
So you mean he gonna do it in front of you? Was that what you said?
Hell no.
The
You know we don't be
worst part
putting no
is you just
lotion on in front of no other man. What do you mean?
He got
I ain't
acid
putting
in
it
his
on.
mouth.
I
You
mean,
missed the spot, bro. Your elbows. Your elbows.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I have literal tears. He said that ain't no lotion bottle. Oh my
God.
Okay, so that was Charlie's song to save the world.
Yeah. Next person.
Who's next?
Wow.
Who's next? Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let's go in order. Frank, you got your song?
Oh, okay. I wasn't ready to be put on the spot, but okay. Well, how would it go? Let's see.
Webby.
Hold on, I got it. I'm just trying to think of the first words. I would have to probably hit him with the
What? You know.
Oh my God, Charlie. No.
okay.
I love
No,
that
definitely
song.
not
No.
that one. I'm not one with the lotion bottle.
That's the lotion.
I
Lotion
guess
bottle
it goes. A house is not a home when there's no one there to turn the key. Oh, please be there. I have to hit him with the Luther Vandross, man.
Oh, the Luther.
Oh my God.
Luther.
Yeah, hit him with the Luther, man. Everybody.
Oh, he said Luther. Oh, okay.
Luther.
Yeah,
Luther.
I'm
like you know, you can't destroy the world. We got to recreate it. You know, I have to hit him with that
Right?
sentimental value.
Got you. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh man.
He got the Luther spirit there. He got the Luther
Yeah, I
spirit.
got you.
All right, Dwayne.
All right. I'm trying. You see, I have like my favorite little songs. Like I had a little one. Like what is it? Next
Pony.
baby or Pony? Yeah, I was like, baby,
That
grinding. And I guess so. Or it's like, I'm just a bachelor looking for a partner.
Whoa,
Okay, we trying not to destroy the world.
Good,
Yeah, we trying to save the world.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying, I don't, those are my two ones. I can't pick between those.
Don would just hit that red button. Like,
This ain't American Idol. Let me rap something.
It is American Idol.
I'm like, here's my mixtape. Let me show you how to spin. Back to the school, going outside.
There you go. You gotta put that one on.
My brother from the 90s. My brother and my sister got Papa. And my brothers were trying to pyramid.
Pop lock and be like, oh.
Hold on, I also make t-shirts, Don. Don't do me like that.
The t-shirts with Tupac on it. The Tupac t-shirt.
Right.
The airbrush.
We all know that one dude that do everything.
Right?
I also paint houses on Tuesdays for some reason.
Canal Street. You on Canal Street, man.
Okay. I'm trying to go.
That is hilarious. That's hilarious. All right, Kolby, what you got for us? How you gonna save the world?
Yeah. We're gonna kick it back with Shy. If I ever fall in love. And if I ever fall in love again, I will be sure that the lady's a friend.
Okay, copyright. This is great.
Okay,
all right.
That was too on the nose. They're gonna be like, oh, they here.
Yeah, they're coming for us now.
Right?
You're knocking at your door right now.
Great job. I'm gonna get a message from my YouTube partner manager. You'd be like, Christine, that one's a copyright, my friend.
Oh.
All right, Charlie, you did yours. Jazzy Boo, it's your turn. How are you gonna say it?
All right, so Dwayne knows this is my favorite song. All right,
So
it's called what?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
That's it.
I don't.
It's called 3005.
Oh, okay.
By Childish Gambino.
I don't know that one.
All right, here we go. Okay, so hold up, wait a minute. All good, just a week ago. Crew at my house, and we party every weekend. So on the radio, that's my favorite song. Made me bounce around like I don't know, like I won't be here long. Now the thrill is gone, got no patience, cause I know I don't.
Why you saying the verse instead of the chorus? That is definitely copyrighted.
That's over 8 seconds.
That was definitely more than a couple bars, but
That was the whole song.
Okay, that was definitely the whole song. That was the remix and everything. That was the version.
T-Pain was on. I didn't even know.
Yeah, Grizzly on there and everything. I was like, okay, go ahead and do the time.
See, I feel like such an old head because most of the music that I listen to is everything like pre 2008, like 75% at least.
Mm-hmm.
See, most of what I listen to is like 2006 and up.
Oh, never mind.
It was crazy. I was just listening to T.I. like today, like the old T.I. I was just listening to T.I. today.
You talking about T.I. with the source?
I was like, Ace
Man got a whole dictionary when he rap. I like have to look up words. What is amatorical? What the heck?
You have to have a travel dictionary.
Yeah. Hold up, man. T.I. is coming on. We got the dictionary, bro. All right.
I would need to have like if you would ever come on the podcast, I would need to have dictionary.com open so I could just. And how do you spell that, T.I.? How do you spell that?
I wish T.I. was my like Siri. I wish he was my Siri. He said, "Good morning, sir. Expedition. I need you expeditiously to wake up.
Mine.
I need you to get up expeditiously. I need you to
turn a right expeditiously.
Right. I'm gonna need you
expeditiously. Yeah, I can just hear it right now.
On Bankhead.
That is hilarious.
Man.
So that was awesome. I think you guys saved the world. I think that all of your songs would definitely save the world.
What was yours, Christine?
Right, she didn't even sing.
She was playing
right. Gosh, you trying to slide out like that?
I'm gonna say what I'll do is I'll say one of my favorite lines. No. I'm gonna say, and you guys are gonna laugh. It's gonna be one of my favorite lines from a recent
she's gonna be like,
song.
"Baby shark, dude."
Twinkle. Here, I got it. Twinkle, twinkle.
Girl.
No, just kidding.
I was about to say.
No, like she legit is addicted to that song. I had to sing it every single night. I tried to switch it up last night, and she's like, "Twinkle star, mommy, twinkle star." I was like, okay, all right. Well, you the crowd. Okay, I'm gonna sing my favorite line. All right. Once upon a time, and I thought.
Oh my God!
Wait,
what? I said face bomb. Okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna.
Wait,
I know what song that is. I know.
Once upon a time, I thought that one was ugly. Now I got
some of the words. Once upon a time, man, I heard that I was ugly. Came from a bit who wanna f with me. That song. I think that's the greatest line because when I
who's singing? What's the song?
That's Cardi.
That's Cardi.
Up, yeah.
Up when I'm sleep when I'm
that's that. Okay.
That's
I thought Christine was gonna say her imposter song. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, that was an opportunity, right?
Right. You should have promoted that right there. Look,
that song slaps.
Promotion. All right.
If y'all haven't heard it, check it out. It's called
rewind.
You know, copyright yourself.
I was like, is it? No, but I turned that off because that happened in my last song and they couldn't do anything about it. I'm like, how are you gonna copyright my own song? It's my song. But anyway.
What?
Like your future label says,
Future you says, nah, that's my coin.
Oh no.
Right? Okay. Hey, imposter, tell me, have you been killed? Not me forget about who.
Whoa.
Oh, you didn't write that, huh?
What was that?
You had a ghostwriter.
I didn't write that bad.
You on your Drake?
No, Drake wrote that song for me. No, I wasn't planning on singing my song. You know, plus I'm bad with lyrics anyways, and I did write that song. I do want that to be known. Drake didn't write that. Aubrey had no rights to my song.
Oh, she said Aubrey.
Aubrey.
I got a strike right now. I still got 3 more days off mine. Goofy ass channel.
You're not supposed to respond to me on that. Okay,
I did. I thought I did respond. I thought I told you, didn't I?
You told me about it, but I was asking more questions about it, and you didn't answer them.
Yeah.
So, okay, I guess not. All right, so our next thing, the first item on the top, the docket. Bam, I know words.
I like the pocket.
Steam. Docket, yeah. The first thing on the docket, Steam is releasing a handheld device. This wasn't originally on the docket, but they whipped that out like out of nowhere.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Where's that lotion bottle at?
I mean,
I'm mad it was by the candle, Charlie. Now I don't have questions.
I love candles. I can't help it.
It's not a
oh my god.
He said called out the Jergens. But yes, Valve is releasing a handheld device. They have you can reserve it. Although I know there were some issues though when people were trying to reserve it. I can talk, I promise you. All the laughing, it makes your mind go a little, in a happy place that you weren't ready for. But it's called the Steam. Wait, is it called Steam Deck?
Is it the
Steam Deck? Steam Deck, not Stream Deck. Right.
Not Stream Deck, not Stream.
Right. Okay, that was a bad thing on their part to call it.
And the logo.
No, I think they did that on purpose.
To confuse people because they're gonna lose sales. Because I typed in Stream Deck so I could pull up the stats and said.
But isn't there already something exists that's called Stream Deck though?
No.
Yeah, that's
it's called Steam Deck.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So
Stream Deck is Elgato.
They want to call it Steam, not Stream Deck, right?
They should have just called it something completely different, honestly.
Right.
But whatever.
I feel like they called it that because they assume that if you have a Stream Deck, you're gonna be streaming some games. So why not put it on the Steam Deck?
This is pulling a Nintendo Wii situation because remember that was like a problem that they didn't have a different title and it made sales not really that rocking when they first launched. But Steam Deck, you can reservations are available right now. They have 3 different options. There's the $399 option for 64 gigs. There's the $529 option for 256 gigs. And then there's the $649 option for 512 gigs. Kolby, I forgot to ask if you're in the gaming realm before we started this, and I truly apologize for that because I know the rest of us are in the gaming realm. But if you have any insight for that, definitely let us know. But for you guys, I want to know, what are your thoughts on this device? Are you looking forward to it, to getting it? Are you planning on getting it? What are you thinking? Frank, we'll start with you.
I don't need it. And I keep telling myself that, but I reserved it. The real reason is because it's my job, right? Like I like take these tech units and review them and take them apart so that the audiences can get my look on the matter of it. The name is horrible. The logo looks like crap. Just being honest, I feel like that was almost a meme. So much to where it's just get more attention. I think it was like one of those reverse situations where people were taking Stream Decks and putting like Joy-Cons on the side of it. And yeah, I think that helped sales, to be honest. No. A lot of people reserved it, a lot. And they apparently have enough units to go around because it's still not sold out.
It's not.
I might have to reserve me one.
I got the biggest, package they got just to review all the stuff. And playing your PC games on the go. It's a PC, essentially. It's running on Linux at the end of the day. It's interesting to see if we can dual boot it or do some, stuff behind the scenes, run maybe even possible Windows from it. You never know. I mean, you can build upon it. So I think that system is a lot more powerful than what meets the eye of the normal consumer will be doing gaming. I'm going to try to do a little bit more with it. The internal storage is running like the latest SSD software on it. It's got some pretty powerful components. So being able to play like something like Baldur's Gate 3, let's just say people go up and meet for D&D, right? But if let's say a whole people sit at a table with those units and they're just playing a D&D campaign that way, it's going to be kind of interesting to see how they're going to import it, right? So yeah, I think it's a good idea. Right. Handheld is the most money-making systems out there right now. Cell phones being the lead, believe it or not. And I think it's a market that they should have touched a long time ago. And a lot of their products kind of failed. This could be the one that does well. If it fails, then I guess this is a write-off.
What else did they have? What else did they have?
They had their controllers. They had that cloud unit that they tried to come out with that wasn't doing much. It was overly expensive. Nobody wanted to mess with it. They're trying to get in the VR world. They kind of crashed and burned on that. And also the relationship between developers and Steam got a little shady when Epic came in and trying to provide more money. Now Steam is trying to go back on contracts and fix things back and forth. So they got a lot of dealings going on, and they're trying to fix it behind the scenes with the 2-hour refund thing being one of the number one features that people enjoy now. The Steam category, my thing is cloud gaming, right? How are you going to compete with Xbox Game Pass, Luna, Stadia? Is that a unit, is a PC? And I think that's why it's going to hit really well, is because Nintendo dropped the ball. They brought an OLED screen and not new hardware. And they're going to charge us just as much, and they already introducing the 7-inch screen. The price is comparable for the lowest model. You can extend it with an SSD card, but I don't know if you can save games to it. So, it's really a fight between Nintendo and them, and Nintendo's always going to win that fight. Everybody is Nintendo.
Dude, I would say that right there. Because in past conversations when we brought up Nintendo, we kind of were saying how Nintendo kind of runs its own world, but it looks like Steam is entering the ring, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see how this kind of fares out. And I know what you're saying about Nintendo winning, but I do feel like this could be a fight for, especially if you already have a Switch. A lot of people aren't doing what we do, right? So a lot of people probably aren't going to get the OLED Switch if they already have a Switch. And instead might spend the money on getting this and seeing what this could do.
I agree, because at the end of the day, it's kind of a coinky dink. I like to say that they released this right after the OLED announcement, because that was probably the biggest disappointment on the internet. And it's a really good strategy. It's not like they can make a console. They tried and it failed, right? So where do you go into the market with the most money? And that's handheld. So I think they'll do pretty good. I don't think everybody's going to buy into it because people are kind of burnt right now, especially with the new systems coming out with no games hardly. So,
oh my god,
yeah,
I'm still waiting on my demo.
But the good thing about this one, you can use your library.
That's true.
Your Steam library,
but it does cost the same amount as a PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. So for the bigger and better
one, yeah,
it's kind of a gamble. But Steam can afford it. They got money.
I just like, as far as the cosmetic go, I just like the fact that it look like a Switch mixed with a Game Gear.
Yeah.
Like I legit get Game Gear vibes from this thing, which is like kind of dope to me.
I can see it, and it looks like it's got a pretty good speaker on the back. I'd love to get my hands on it and try it. And I know they have like an interesting button.
I was just gonna say that, because when I saw it like on Twitter, like I was looking at it like the button placement and like the analog placement, like all the way at the top, and I'm like, how am I gonna play this? Like, am I gonna?
I have small hands.
It looks comfortable to me. I can see that definitely.
I have small hands too, so like.
But not only that, the touch pads are right underneath that, so your hand is gonna be hitting that. So I wonder if there's a way to disable it.
That's why I'm like looking at it. It's like you have to hold it like this.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like
you have to hold it like this.
Quick question: does it also has like Bluetooth capabilities to it? Because it could be like a situation where you hook up like your a PlayStation controller or Xbox controller.
You can definitely hook up controllers to it.
Sit it down, Yeah. Okay.
You can hook up
somebody had told me that there's an expansion hack that's coming, right? So there's a Crescent port that's going to be on the back of this thing, right? Which I think is really, really cool. I also think that it's really great because there's a company called Tomahawk based out of Japan that they're trying to already do some particular mods to it. There's going to be a spindle that's going to come on the front side of it. It's going to be great that if it does if it is like that OLED screen and everything like that, it's supposed to have 2 additional HDMI ports to be able to connect to any 4K television. From what was being told to me, that it is going to have a party feature as well, which is going to be really nice. Like you said about the library, it's great. It's going to be super duper dope. I mean, like the fact that we get this thing called Steam. Number one, I just made all that shit up. I don't know what the fuck y'all are talking about at all. What? Yeah, sorry.
I was like, okay. And then I was gonna ask, what's a spindle? Because I was like, I've never heard of that.
I have no idea.
Well, the dock is, you're not too far off because there is a dock.
I made it all up. I don't know.
Well, not all of it, but there is a dock that will be able to plug LAN in because they're thinking about this for like ESO and stuff like that. Like gaming competitions and stuff. You can bring this thing here and run side comps to knock out brackets faster instead of bringing like whole PCs and stuff, especially with the pandemic, right? So you can hook this thing up and hook it to a monitor and have both people go at it. My thing is the in lag and stuff like that, input lag. I just wanted to know how that works, but having a LAN attached to the unit is very important. I mean, that's where Switch kind of dropped the ball, and I know they included it on the OLED, but I mean, I was a big Smash competitor back in the day, and like their online is just horrible. So I think they can dominate in that realm.
Yeah. Their internet is booty. That is something that they have to definitely fix. All I think of is Mario, and playing a multiplayer game on there was
bad. It makes it playing not even worse because like it gets so boring. Like man, crap's so broken. I just want to on this for Steam Deck. I want to see how the frame rate is going to be. I want to see if it's going to hold up because I don't know. I can't see it being good when I get to playing like crazy PC games on it. I don't know. I just want to see how it's gonna hold up.
I'm definitely gonna like look up reviews when it comes out just to see how it is. So I'll look at Techniq when he does his full
when you do your
review.
I'll do that. It'll be on Twitter for sure.
Yeah.
Pros and cons. It's got some really powerful. My problem is not the frame rate. I think they're gonna dominate that because I think they know you can't come out with a system that's gonna have booty frame rate, right? I think it's the heating issue.
You never know.
Only Nintendo can get away with it, though.
Right. But it's the heat issue that may cause the frame rate to drop. I think it's going to start out beautiful the first couple hours. Yep. They said the battery's going to last you around 8 hours. I think that's going to be a false, probably 5 at the most. But that heat, man, our computers heat up now. Like, I can only imagine what that thing is going to do. We don't have doesn't really have a great exhaust either. Yeah, the heat thing got to be on point. And if that means the unit needs to be bigger. So I'm a little worried about that.
I'm interested. I did reserve as well. Me and hubby reserved. So
I just did it just now.
I'm about to do mine right now.
$5 a reserve.
right now. Here, I'll put the link in here. Steam, call us.
I'm already on there. I was already getting ready to reserve.
No, I mean for
don't send me a link.
Oh,
you said don't send me a link.
Don't send me a link. Listen, I got a PlayStation 4 that I bought several years ago, and I played it for a total of like 30 minutes. I wish, I got that Spider-Man game. I was like, yo, this looks great. I got it from Target and everything like that. I didn't play. I think I just beat Fisk. That's it.
Damn.
Oh my god. Damn.
I know, right?
You're missing out, buddy. You're missing out, man. You missing out. You missing out.
It hurts my heart because everybody knows how much I'm a Spider-Man person.
I know that Dwayne because Dwayne just be playing that game swinging.
That's how good it is. You just swing. You don't even fight.
Just swing.
He's playing the remastered on PS5 right now. I've been sitting there watching him play it. Which, how do you feel about the younger face? I'm not.
I'm used to it now, but I feel like he should have.
Holland Tom. You talking about Holland Tom?
No, Spider-Man, because when they remastered it,
his remastered, Holland Tom. Holland Tom, because he looked. Because the way their faces, like I kind of like the older one because it's like can you guys imagine if you were Spider-Man for like 70 years, like how much shit you would go through, like legit, like that. Being a superhero may seem glamorous, but when you're
make it,
like
my only complaint, right? Because it was jarring at first, but I agree, I am used to it, and now that time has passed, right?
Yeah.
But you did that remaster. You beefed up graphics to another degree for the PS5. You did his face, but you couldn't give this man no booty, like flat back.
Wait, wait, hold on.
Okay.
I would say this. As a superhero, you're the athleticism. Flat back does not exist.
She wants invincible dad booty. That's what she wants, right?
Invincible Dad had the booty. He did. Okay, it don't gotta be that
my
big.
Lord, what are we?
But like, he ain't got no cheeks, not even like undercupping. She just flat back. It's back to leg. That's all that he got. We need to.
That man had thighs that went up the back. Okay.
Yeah, thighs. He got thighs that went up the back. I realized we have to, explain that because that is a dual meaning. Thighs that go up the back. Okay. All right. Yeah. He ain't got no booty.
You got it. I don't even want to talk about Spider-Man no more. You got it. You threw me off with that one. She was like,
I was like, whoa, what? Like, I thought that the new face needed like some stress in his face, but she's talking about cakes. I'm like, all right.
Empty bakery. No cake.
Some stress in his face. He needs cake to fight the Sinister Six.
Cakes, yes. He can't, because the stress in his face, he could use one of those little, those little things you could rub on your face, like the little ball things to de-stress your face.
All right.
When he got time to do that, he got time to eat pizza.
He's brushing his teeth while he's trying to fight Fisk on his way to fight Fisk.
He drinks coffee upside down. This man can take a face roller and roll his face, okay, to de-stress. But he needs to also do some extra squats, okay, to get some cakes. All right. Anyways, next thing.
What superheroes you into?
Booties. Like, give me a little booty. That's
you
all.
You love Venom, then. Let me stop.
All right. Look, Venom. He did. Yes. Okay. So.
Love Nightwing.
Ooh, girl.
My God. All right, bro.
Let's not even talk about that.
Go ahead, man.
They do stuff for the booty. I'm excited. Okay. I've seen even Hank, he got a nice booty. I don't really like him, but he got a nice booty. But anyway,
Hank Hill. Oh no.
Hey, Bobby, I got some. I'm in Bobby. Hey, Bobby, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to do some squats.
So, Little Mermaid raps, okay? They were filming, which I didn't even know they were filming. I thought everybody kind of froze. I was chilling like a villain, sipping on penicillin, but apparently they were not. They were
bars,
right. Just you like how smoothly that came out. So, I sent you guys like the link for the cast, and did you guys look at it?
I didn't look at the link for the cast. I looked at the picture though that you sent.
Yeah, I just looked at the picture.
Picture. Here's the link for the cast. I'm gonna put in here for you guys, and I'll put it in the chat for people watching the stream. I'm interested.
So what is Aquafina and everything?
She's like our new Sam L right now. Like Samuel Jackson, we're seeing Aquafina everywhere. She's in all franchises because she's in Marvel now because of
I don't see the cast. Like where are they?
Scroll down.
Just go down the stars and then you'll see everything. See, I'm not even worried. I'm not even like, I don't know. I'm not that excited for Little Mermaid because I'm like, I'm not Little Mermaid. It's good, but it's like I didn't ask for Little Mermaid. I don't think nobody really asked. I'm just gonna say, in my opinion, I didn't ask for Little Mermaid. I ain't tripping on it. I know that it will be probably good. It'll be good. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll be good. I think they got a talented singer. I
think it's got the potential to be good, but like with every other live action Disney possible remake, it had a lot of. Now, granted, Cruella, I rated a 10 out of 10.
No.
I absolutely love this movie.
You like Cruella?
Yo, I truly thought it was a perfect movie experience. Like I absolutely Cruella, Emma Stone.
He said
Cruella. Let me tell you,
bro. No. How you gonna turn somebody that they legit evil into an anti? They didn't make. Okay, we gonna talk later, bro.
Okay,
we gonna talk later, bro.
It sounds like we need to review that movie and have y'all two go at it.
No. We'll talk about it later, bro.
Dwayne didn't even watch it.
I did watch it.
No, I
did watch it.
You watched it?
Yeah, I watched it when you were
the whole thing.
No, I stopped. Right. That's like 5 minutes.
Okay.
You stopped.
You watched 5 minutes.
Isn't that just the intro?
What are you, a Steam review, bro?
Yeah, no, I said no, I wasn't interested.
For 5 minutes. Game's booty.
Watched it for like 5 minutes. It was like, nah, I'm out, bro. This is no. I'm sorry.
No, but the thing is, like,
I'm waiting for that to get off of the premiere thing.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I mean, I got I watch it like hashtag Kolby does Dolby. I watch everything in Dolby, the biggest, loudest, movie screen that you can, because it's the best theatrical presentation of any film. And every person who tells stories and wants to see their movies in the movie theaters, you want people to see it in the biggest house possible on the biggest screen. And I think Cruella deserves it. I am mildly excited for The Little Mermaid. I think of the Disney Renaissance, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Little Mermaid, and like that. Those are the films that people like. They hold them close, right? They hold them dear to themselves. And I like the boldness of the cast, right? But like, you have to give me a good Ariel. I need a super just dope and reverential King Triton. And then what does not get me excited is who they cast as Ursula. I am not excited for Melissa McCarthy as Ursula in any way, shape, or form. Granted, it's a movie that she's not doing with her husband, so she should be good in it. That's what the stats say. At the same time, yeah.
And I would say with that, because I love Melissa McCarthy, I was excited to see her on this list, but I didn't realize she was going to be playing Ursula. And I wonder, because we don't want Ursula to be too funny, right? She's a great, I love her. I enjoy Melissa McCarthy, right? I love her on screen, but I don't know if I want Ursula to be super goofy. I'd like her to be have gravitas and just like an energy larger than life while she's being a villain. I hope she doesn't take it a comedic route.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, when I see her, I just want to laugh at the at the end of the day, because that's what I know she's known for.
Do me a favor, everybody, close their eyes right now. All right.
Are we about to
take away Melissa McCarthy out your mind? When you think of Ursula,
I don't know who that is.
Do you know Octopus Lady?
My God.
Wait, you don't know who Melissa McCarthy is?
Wait, bro, I don't. I can Google it.
Wait, you really don't know who? You don't know?
You've seen her.
Everything.
Hold on, bro.
You've seen her, Charlie.
Okay, I do know she is. Yeah, I know she is.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
I'm legit about to turn it off, bro.
Close your eyes. Right?
This is an 18+ cast, man.
Close your eyes. When you think of Ursula, is she not a sassy black woman?
I do.
So then why are we starting with Melissa McCarthy?
I wonder, because they did Ari. They did.
Where the hell Dwayne go? They flipped my eyes.
He had to leave.
Oh, okay.
No, I do see what you're saying. I wonder if there was a flip, because Ariel, they have casted as Holly, and then Hallie, yeah, and then Ursula, they did Melissa, and like I said, I don't mind, that she's not a sassy black woman, even though that is what I picture. I agree. Because I feel like you can give her the chance to possibly surprise us.
Yeah.
But I do hope that she does surprise us and not.
Who's seen Dolomite Is My Name?
I have.
Divine Joy Randolph.
She would be great.
Like,
she actually would be perfect.
I mean, when you think about it now, you're like, damn.
She would be perfect. She would be because she was funny without, like, she wasn't jokey. She was very funny with just being real. Somebody when they talk, like Charlie just talks and it's funny. It's not like
I'll be serious, bro.
No,
we know.
Yeah, that's why it's funny. It's not like he's like, hey, here's my set. Let me just say a bunch of jokes type of thing. And I think Melissa McCarthy, she's definitely good at goofy type of comedy. He's like, hey.
Or if you really want to go out there, Titus Burgess.
You know who I was thinking of?
He could pull it out too.
I think that a good. Oh, Dwayne had to get the door, by the way. That's why he's going. But I think another good person maybe is Raven Simone.
Hey, that's actually true. I agree.
I agree with that. Actually,
Raven Simone is one of the most underrated actresses.
She is.
Yeah, she's amazing
of all time.
Yeah, like I think she would be perfect for it.
She would. You know, that's
magic.
Yeah, I thought of that. I was like, Raven Simone might be good for that.
Also, she's old school Disney, so that's like
exactly
bringing both worlds together. Easy.
Yeah. And I think she's really good at like, because I break down acting, like some people can have really good facials.
I love her
really good facials. Like her eyebrows.
Her physical comedy is like exceptional. She has great comedic timing. Like I've watched That's So Raven and Raven's Home.
Yes, that's one of my top shows.
She's incredibly
Have you seen her Instagram videos and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, man, you can't tell if she's acting or not because it's so connected
right now.
Right, and plus that little meme of her like laughing and somebody added like that evil behind it. Like that's what made me think of it.
Yeah,
bro, she is so dope. I love Raven, dude.
She's great. Yo, Raven, what's up, girl?
You be thinking I'm playing it like when I'm in my top shows. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you that show.
Let me tell you something. I've been trying to holler at her since the Cosby Show. All right, I've been trying to holler at her since Hanging with Mr. Cooper. All right, I've been trying to holler at her for a long time, bro. Since she was like best friends with Michelle and the other one, I can't remember, Mary Kate.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember them, the twins.
Yeah, there's only so many black kids that were allowed on that show. It was like either Journey Smollett or Raven. And no matter of fact, Raven was in the movie. Right? What's that? It Takes Two. Remember that movie?
Oh no, I ain't see that.
What? I remember the game.
The game. They had a game.
Night, Charlie.
I know the game, but I mean the movie.
It's two totally different games.
Oh, gamers. We're talking to gamers. We're a different type of nerdum here. A different type of nerdum. We're the best of both worlds. Hannah Montana. But yeah, so I would say I'm looking forward to this movie. I feel like it can surprise me if they do it well. Like Daveed Diggs as Sebastian, I'm for it. I'm totally for it. I think he's going to be hilarious. It is, but I mean, Daveed, he's really great. He's really, really great. Wait, Scuttle, isn't that the bird?
The seagull,
the bird.
Mm-hmm. I'm interested because I did like her voice. I'm in Raya, but I don't know how to anticipate it for Scuttle. I don't really know how I feel.
Really scratchy. I don't know.
It's right. It's going to be unique. But I'm looking forward to it. I do hope that it's. I hope it's executed very well. I want dope music and a.
Do you want new songs?
Story.
Yeah,
I don't mind a couple remixes. Of new songs.
I want a remix,
but the whole thing can't be a remix video. Okay, this ain't the 90s, all right?
Okay, so there's a difference between 90 remix and what they do now, right? Like a different voice on the vocals, add like something of them into it, and not just a remake of the old song.
I get you, not covers. You don't want it to be covers.
No.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But like if they have Haley sing it, just make sure she brings her to it. They're not directing her to just do another old
spin.
I got you.
Right.
I'm for that. I'm for that. Yes.
Well, I mean, because and the reason why I asked, because like when Aladdin dropped back into what was that 2019? One, I liked it a lot. People got pissed at that. What was the like that one, right? That little inclusion at the end, silence or whatever.
Song?
Yeah, her song. It like I thought it would have been fine in a show, not in the movie.
I agree. Yeah. I feel like the issue with it wasn't the song, it was the execution of that at the end. Because I was like, oh wait, she's got magic now, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh wait, no, she doesn't. I was like, so we just had like a little in her head moment.
Bro, she had the Infinity Stone. She was dusting dudes.
We were getting it. She was getting rid of them. She was pruning them, and then she got them back. Like, it was the weirdest thing because it was like she's doing something that has not this whole entire movie. No one else is doing it, and all of a sudden she's doing it. And then I was like, oh wait, so she didn't do any of that. It was just weird how they did that. But I like the song. I just thought the execution was very wacky, very weird.
But see, like that little twist on Prince Ali. That's what I like, right? You're not just singing it straight. Will was able to add his little thing, and like somebody else was watching it the other day, and it's like, "Come on, we're waiting for you. Bring it, Prince Ali." Like, that was so dope.
Yeah,
that's what I want. In like,
I did like it. I didn't love the movie. I would say there was definitely some things that I didn't love. I love the look of Aladdin. I don't think he had the greatest chops for the acting of it, but he wasn't He wasn't horrible. I preferred out of the live actions. Lion King still kind of holds it for me. Lion King was.
Whoa, really? You mean that for real?
Yeah, for real.
I was about to say that's a debatable topic right there. I like Lion King.
She said it so matter of factly, like
yeah.
For real.
Okay.
All the real. Out of the live actions, I think it was definitely it was amazing. I love the rendition of Scar in that, and his line was just very like Chewy's voice was just like everything in that.
I just wish it would have did something a bit. I mean, it is shot for shot, right?
Yeah.
And that photorealism when I'm trying to like, these. It was a little. I still like.
You want an extra sauce? You want an extra sauce? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's like something like one. It's still like Jungle Book and Cinderella and Cruella are like that's leading the pack for me.
Mm-hmm. I have to rewatch Cinderella. I saw it once because one of the Stark brothers were in it, and after that, I only saw it once. I don't even remember the movie, I'll be honest. But right now, Lion King holds it. But I got to watch it. I got to watch Cruella. I'm going to watch it when it gets off of this $30 ban. Because I did that. I saved my $30 for Black Widow, and I'll just wait till Cruella is on regular Disney Plus.
Regular. What they say? I think it's supposed to come out like October or something like that. No, that's Black Widow coming out October. Yeah, it's a long time.
It's like, it's going to be a while. So when that happens, I'll watch it, and I'll tell y'all what I think. But let me see. What was our next thing? I got like a lot of windows open so I can see the cast of these peoples.
Christine got like 20 tabs.
Right. I do have 20 tabs. Y'all saw that before. But no, I do want to say that I'm actually really looking forward to Holly. I'm really looking forward to it. I love Chloe and Holly. I love their music. I love who they are I've seen them act. I love them in that. I love their music personality, and I love the personality that they share on social media. So I'm definitely a fan of her, and I'm excited to see what she does. But going into gaming, right? Just a we ain't gonna hold you here too long, Kolby. Okay, we ain't gonna hold you here too long.
All right, don't worry. I can make some more shit up. Don't worry.
Make some.
No, we won't hear that no more.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
I'm going crazy.
Wait, what was that?
Yo, that was when I saw Olga, it was over.
When I saw Nickelodeon and Danny Phantom,
it was like Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, it's like
all the old school Nickelodeon.
He said what? Yes, sir.
He's like, now I care.
He said, now I care.
I'm going crazy.
It's like is Keenan a playable character?
I call Keenan and I'm running Danny Phantom. I'm learning.
No, you got to take Danny Phantom. No,
I'm running Oblina or
start with a D. No, you ain't getting Danny.
No, the better Danny Phantom will win.
Wait.
Better Danny Phantom.
What the hell is Danny Phantom?
Hold on, wait.
All right,
Wait. What? Before and he got again.
He's joking, right? He's joking.
Hold on. This leads into my question that I want our guests to answer, and obviously you guys watching at home for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Who will you main as you play that game? And obviously, Charlie said Danny Phantom. Now you guys can commence to yelling at Kobe because he doesn't know who you're talking about.
Zim.
They need to put Doug in there. Stop playing with me.
In there.
I call Zim. Okay.
Here's the link for the trailer there.
Crazy. What?
So
that's hard.
Yeah. Who would you main? Who would you like? This is your character you're gonna play.
I gotta go Olga, man, because Our Real Monsters was
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Oblina.
So good.
Zim. He got Dib.
I'm
gonna hit you with Nigel Thornberry.
That's my guy.
He's gonna be broken. We already know
Sandy's gonna be broken. Because Sandy actually has powers in SpongeBob. Sandy's gonna be broken.
I think Sandy. I think Sandy or Patrick would be my main. Patrick's OP.
Patrick's our show. Did you see the trailer?
Who came up with this list of characters? Like, this seems so limiting. Where's the? How do we unlock more?
I'm pretty sure that they're gonna have
live
more
actions.
later.
Yeah, it's not live, but live services, man. Like cash shop stuff. They're gonna be pulling the characters and you buy them.
I'm gonna have to spend a grip of money on this, right? Gotcha. Like out of all the runs, right? Like
packs. They'll have like different packs. They'll probably like Mortal Kombat. Like you can add on.
I hope it's not only Nintendo. Y'all know what console it's for?
I think it's for all of them.
It's gonna be on PC.
Yes, the game will be available on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, Nintendo Switch, and PC.
Yes,
right.
This fall. I'm thinking Patrick or Sandy would be my main. Patrick is kind of like Donkey Kong of Smash Bros.
Yo, you might be.
Yeah, the way that his powers were kind of unlocked.
I don't know. He had a lot of fall like a darn anvil moves. It looked like he was just like throwing a whole body into it.
This is all his curse.
Yes. I hope I believe that's so dope. I want to main someone from Real Monsters so bad.
Yeah,
and I
used to love that show.
Just give me Quailman. I want Doug, and then there's a special move where he turns
Doug. I need Timmy Turner, dog.
With Cosmo and Wanda as a special.
Man,
that would be so cool. Oh, wait, I want to play as Reptar as well.
Because you could do Reptar.
Yo,
yeah,
I don't know.
That's Nickelodeon, Charlie.
Powdered Toast Man might go ham though. Who? Talking about cheeks, right?
Oh my god!
Wait, you said
Powdered Toast Man might go ham. I mean,
yeah, he might.
Powdered Toast Man. Oh, he has the intro, man. He gotta have it. I'm so excited for this because I feel like Smash Bros. Ultimate is awesome. Live is really bad online. They dropped the ball. Sakurai talking about he's done. He said that many times, but he said he's done. So
and they just released a new person, right? They announced
Kazuya just got released, and they got one more to go, and he said that's it, which is hard to believe. I mean, they're making money off this game, even though it has bad online.
When you say that's it, do you mean that's it for this game, or he's like, I'm just
he's retiring, out? He's been doing it for 21 years or 25 years, something like that. So he's just kind of over.
I believe that.
The thing that scared me the most though, because the name All Stars scared me because I wanted PlayStation All Stars to be so good, and I hated the snot out of it. I'm hoping that the battle system do not go that route at all. That game has so much potential to be good. But the battle system killed it. Like
that was also rushed too to compete. Like, and the timeline for that to get completed was really, really bad. Because remember, Einhinder or whatever that was, the Final Fantasy fighter, the platform fighter back in the day.
Oh, I gotta say Eisengerger.
Eisengerger or whatever.
That was my game.
I don't know. Yeah, we need T.I. to tell us what it was. But at the end of the day, that game was great, but it was rushed as well. Like it was super rushed. Though. You know, it was great, man. I liked it. Shoot, I felt like a Virtual Fighter Tekken mix to me.
I felt like a Virtual Fighter like Bloody Roar. Like it was like so. I love that game.
But so I think this Nintendo galore mixing them up. I think this joint's gonna be really good. I think Nickelodeon All Stars or All Stars Brawl is gonna be ham. It's hitting all the strings of us oldies,
they can't hold back. Like I want everybody, bro. Like give me Steve from Blue's Clues,
like,
right?
Tommy,
I want him and that notebook to start whooping ass. All right.
I want that. I want Cat Dog. I want Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
I want
eyes, bro. Give me in the big blue house. I want to see that there.
Let's go.
Yeah, give me Gullah Gullah Island. All right,
Squidward wasn't on it. We need Squidward, bro.
No, we need Ren. I can just see already savages, dude. Yeah, they're gonna be crazy.
I think it's gonna blow up. I think it's gonna do better than Smash eventually down the line if they do it right.
It's piqued my interest, and
I mean, 100%. Ali said the Nick Junior DLC.
You did your DLC.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm telling you. Gullah Gullah Island
in there fighting.
I give you a map. Gullah Island.
Mr. Grouper from Bubble Guppies. I know he gets in.
That's man, Binya. Oh my, bro.
Binya. That's my childhood.
Yo, you seen Vanessa from Gullah Gullah Island, bro? She done grown up, man.
Nah, I see Vanessa
right now, bro. We talking about Brawl, man.
That card look good to me though.
Remember that show? Out of the Box was Disney. I get my streams crossed sometimes. That was me. That's messed up. I was thinking about Out of the Box.
Wow.
Out of the Box.
I like that show.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, as long as we get like give me Nick and Knight, like give me some of the you know what? Like I want Alex Mack, bring her back. Give me, I want Omar Gooding. Give me Omar Gooding from Wild and Crazy Kids. Yeah, throw Melissa Joan Hart up in there too.
Wasn't Are You Afraid of the Dark? Wasn't that Nick? Man,
yes,
so much dope.
They should throw in like some Teen Nick stuff, like the Grassy. They could throw Drake in there.
Drake, in the wheelchair.
Oh my god, y'all trolling now. Y'all trolling y'all.
Powered up.
I love that show.
Like it could be
Story Mode Bay was rewatching them. I was lurking in her streams, rewatching.
We've said nothing about Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I ain't care about
dang.
Yeah, they need to put that in there.
I mean,
Dude, that's class, bro.
You know how cool it'll be to play as Toph? Like, come on now.
Toph is my main.
But that right there.
Why hasn't there been a Dragon Ball Z style Avatar game yet?
No, I agree with Josh.
I don't know.
He said
there's so many people they could choose from, and then they have.
Think about it.
Top freaking notch, dog.
Then they have the people from Korra that they can also add in too.
Yeah,
so
they
it's like,
have to put last.
Oh my god,
that's money sells beyond
When's the
belief,
next
right?
like Bender gonna happen too? Like we need our third Bender. Where's that?
Aren't they working on something? The live action.
There was rumors, and I don't know if I'm getting in trouble for this. We're gonna call it rumors.
I know
we're gonna call it rumors. That the next Bender is supposed to be of African descent.
What, an earth bender?
I don't know what kind of bender it is, but they were talking about moving it to like African descent, and there was also art done already. So I don't know if it's like storyboarded where they're just like, you know, trying to pick which region would be good to have it, but that was the rumors.
But would it look like they'll be biting off of that black comic, Black Sands? That's very Avatar.
I mean, a lot of people bite off Avatar, though. Let's be real.
That's
like,
very true.
Yeah,
that is true.
You know?
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll take a Black Earthbender. You know?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Especially with down in the last, like when Korra's whole
what was homegirl with the mole with the beauty mark?
The mole.
And they do go in order, right? So they go in order. Did wind, and then we got water, and
it's supposed to be either earth or fire,
and then fire, and then fire. I would love that on fire.
Like a descendant of Zuko becoming the Avatar.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm looking forward to it. So those are I would definitely be for some Avatar characters in the game for sure. For sure. But I'm excited for it. It comes out fall this year everywhere, as Kolby was letting us know.
So soon.
I'm putting it on my calendar.
It's so soon.
I'm good. I want it tomorrow.
I can't wait. The first day it comes out, I'm hitting y'all up.
I'm on y'all here.
I'm
on it, bro. I'm on it.
Actual.
Like
on my PS4.
I'd be like, I don't care what streams y'all got planned. Today we are playing Nick.
What do you think the most successful of this thing could be? Crossplay 100%. Like if they do crossplay, it's over. Like smash what? You know, at the end of the day, because
it's about to be so
true.
Crossplay with some good net code, we're good.
Yeah.
Please make a good lobby. Don't do no Guilty Gear lobby, God.
Oh my God, Guilty Gear is them lobbies are horrible.
You sitting
there waiting in a table IRL, like
man, you be like 40 minutes and you probably get somebody with the shittiest record and they like cold as hell.
Or they just play the dolphin chicken. They spam dolphins all day.
Oh yeah, young. I used to thought of it go to their wave like, oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah. I'm buying everything. I don't care what battle pass they got is coming in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play for sure.
I need this.
For sure. The next thing I want to talk about, right? Netflix.
Avatar's in it.
Oh yeah.
Avatar's in it. Yeah.
Don't drop the ball.
So Netflix has hired Mike Verdu, a former EA and Facebook Oculus executive, as vice president of game development to lead its efforts in expanding service offerings. Mind you, this is per IGN. They want to expand their offering beyond film and TV. So my question to you guys, I put Netflix, not Netflix.
Netflix.
Let me fix that. And while I fix that, okay.
Netflix. Come on,
there you go. Remix. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. And Jazz, we'll start with you. We'll come up the chain that way. Okay. Netflix gaming. What are your thoughts? Are you excited about it? And then what are your theories on what this would look like?
Oh, I was gonna say, like, what is it? Like, is it like a streaming platform, like how we had like Mixer and like stuff like that, and like we could stream on Netflix, or it's like we could play games like Steam?
Yeah, it's a streaming cloud like service Stadia? Gaming.
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, I would
like everybody else is doing, like Amazon Luna, you name it. Like
honestly, I would try it, and like hopefully they allow us to like stream it and stuff like that. Because then I feel like that'll be like another avenue that like we can get in. like as far as like getting cool with the Netflix people, be like, hey, like I'm showcasing this, like, and so we could like
it's networking. You think about the networking.
I think about networking.
I mean, they're already doing it. Like they already sponsored a bunch of streamers to do Netflix, you know, production quality stuff, and they were getting into the streaming world. I mean, look at King Vader, you know. So on and so forth. So,
but I mean, like stuff like that to like feature more like creators, like and follow their journey. Yeah, like in the gaming thing, like make like a documentary of like either Twitch streamers or like, you know, like people from all realms, like in content creation, like to see like what we go through and like what the process is. Like I think that'd be cool. So yeah.
To add like a show value part of it. Is it something if it's cloud service, that's Charlie.
I would still try it either way.
Yeah, I'm gonna try regardless. I think it's gonna be good though, because one reason why I really think it's gonna be good, even if it might sound off rough, Netflix listens to their audience a lot. So I feel like if things are bad, I feel like they're gonna listen to it and they're gonna do that. And like y'all mentioned, they already start hiring having streamers. So that shows they already got their ear in it. So they're not just making something out there. They got their ear in it too. It's like, all right, let us know what we need to do, blah blah blah. It might start. I got feelings gonna start off rough though. Watch, but
to add another point though that I forgot, like when if you guys watch Black Mirror, they had that one episode where it was like interactive. Bandersnatch, right? And me and Dwayne played that for like 5 hours straight. We were there doing every like
but scenario. It had some bugs to it, but it was. I think it was still fine. You know, it's crazy that they haven't done anything like that since. It's like
They did
Minecraft. They had it in Minecraft. So I don't do Minecraft.
Minecraft came first. Minecraft's story mode, I believe, is what it was, or something like that.
Yeah.
I did the first episode.
Yeah, they need to do more interactive. I feel like they should definitely plug the hole for the interactive stuff that we don't get from Telltale no more, and definitely plug that hole. I mean, I love Telltale. Okay, why y'all think?
I wasn't even thinking it. I wasn't even thinking.
It's all good. We here. It's all good, man.
These heathens.
Look, just nasty. Just thinking negative. No, but no, like I miss like Telltale, and I miss like their Batman game was dope. I love their Batman games. The Walking Dead games. Like I would love for them to if Netflix hires those people and they keep like make new IPs of like, I think they should definitely go interactive wave, because I think that's like something that we don't have right now. And it was hidden for like many years. I think that they should definitely go that direction too. Like besides the other games they could create.
I mean, to piggyback off of you, I think there was an idea back in the day. What was the MMO called? I can't remember on the top of my head. By Tryon. Well, it was one where you play with the episodes, right? You had the MMO. And when they released new episode arcs, they would add that as DLC in the game. Defiance, I believe that's what it's called. Yeah.
Yes, I remember the show because that was the show with the
alien chicken. Yeah, I think something like that would be great, and Netflix can do really well with that. The only thing that I'm afraid is Netflix been raising their price left and right, and this is going to be expensive. Another thing we got to pay for. So
where are we at? 15, right?
15 right now, and that's probably going to be 15 by itself to compete with Luna and everything else being around that same price zone. Then you got to probably buy the controller, so because I'm guessing what they're going to do, and the smart way to do this is you just turn on Netflix. All your gaming and stuff is routed to some servers where some powerful computers are. And you're going to use your controller to connect to the TV, and you play games straight up. Like that's how Luna is. At the end of the day, you just buy the controller and you just play it, and it prevents you from having to have a hardcore, computer. You just need good internet. So I'm interested, and I'm definitely going to try it. Netflix is a beast right now. I mean, they're the Walmart of cloud streaming services. I feel like just gobbling everything up. So I'm down for it. The infrastructure is good. You can trust that at least.
Yeah.
They communicate. They're very transparent. They're just like, we're charging you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. So you want to keep on Netflix?
And they let you know twice when you log in the first time, and just to let you know again.
Yes, you forgot.
Yeah, some servers like, do you not see this notice, man? I don't know.
Just in case we go, and you have to click OK you can't say, I didn't know my Netflix subscription went up. You can't do that. They make sure of that. I am interested to see the layout. I hope they do learn from Stadia, because Stadia made some mistakes when they first came out. Google, there were some things that they were not prepared for. in execution. So I do hope that Netflix does learn from it. Like you guys said, they are transparent, they are communicative, and they do listen to they're very engaged, I would say, with their audience, and especially with YouTubers. Because the people, not a lot, but a few creators that have had shows, they came onto Netflix. They were Netflix originals. So I think that they obviously have their eye on YouTube. So there's definitely some things they can learn in regards to the Stadia thing. So I do wish them the best. I'm interested. My interest is peaked, but we'll see.
I think another good thing is like the people that run Netflix aren't old as dirt. So a lot of problems we have in the industry is like there's a lot of old schools, old heads that don't want to change because it worked back in the day and they think that's still working today. Right. And they're not trying to modernize everything. And Netflix seems to have, I ran into a few folk and they're probably like, the oldest I've ran into is like in their 40s. So it was pretty interesting to see, how that company is the way it is. And I think that just goes out to see that's why they listen to us, because I'm knocking on the door. I'll be 38 this year, so we knocking on the door of that. And I feel like the minds that we have now and the generation that's coming up, it's a big deal, man. It's $1 billion industry is gaming. So
yeah, I wonder y'all think that, because Netflix, they're really competitive and they're kind of good at what they do. They hit us with Netflix original like games.
Yeah.
More than 100%. Crunchyroll's already doing it, right? Crunchyroll already has original games.
Netflix might kill it, bro. If they put out some beast games that's only Netflix original games.
However, I don't know, because if I make that connection to the original movies that they put out, they might not kill it.
I don't know. They're
some of those movies are, bro. Well, the animations are.
It's like hit or miss, bro.
It's probably like out of every 5, there's half of one that's good.
If we can get the animator of Castlevania season 1 and 2, then Netflix take my money.
Yeah, Castlevania game. Yeah,
the first one, season 1 and 2. Awesome animation. Take my money. But if it's that latest season, I didn't even finish it. I was like, this makes me feel like One Punch season 2 right now. Where it's
we don't talk about that. No, that didn't exist.
Where it's like, we're gonna have things happen in the background, and we're just gonna come back with the head. All right, fight's over. Like that's what I still have not finished the latest season of Castlevania. But the first, it was like 3 seasons, right? 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, those seasons were great. So if we get those animators involved with this,
I didn't even watch them.
Castlevania's dope, bro. You should watch it. It's really good.
My boy was telling me to watch it. I meant to.
It's really good.
I wish I had more time for TV. Damn.
It's what we do. The last gaming note before we run into Loki. I feel so bad. I should have said this at the foreground. But yes, Cyberpunk 2077 is back on the PlayStation Store. All right. And it was June's best game on the PS Store. My question.
And have no comp for real.
That's true. I understand what you're saying, but since it is now, to me, it kind of sends a lesson, like the message, like we're fixed now. What about you guys? Are you getting it? If you hadn't gotten it, if you had already gotten it and stopped playing it, are you thinking about picking it back up? Because remember, PlayStation took it down. It was like F this ish, and now they're representing, and apparently it's selling pretty well. Technique, you're shaking here. Go ahead.
Well, the funny thing about the PS5 version looks promising. It's promising. The PS4 version had a little note at the bottom that says, "Don't buy this game." That was kind of weird to me. Like they put on the screen like, "Don't buy this game." It's still out. Yeah,
there was a notice.
Yeah, there was like, this game is not fully optimized for this, so know what you're getting yourself into, and you pick this up type thing.
So why did we make it available?
You might as well just take it off the market at that point.
Well, so that game was 100% made for next gen. Same thing with Avengers. It was 100% made for next gen. People dug into it. You don't just make games of these scales that have such big backings for current systems that are going to be changing out.
That's what I said.
Cyberpunk, I think we went hard on it, too hard. I mean, it's their fault. They over marketed it. They hyped that thing up, but we as people got to understand that this is stuff that happens all the time. How many times you got to be disappointed, to be realistic on stuff? I think that game has potential. And I think the bashing that it got was good for it because people already forgot about it. They have all the time in the world to do better. and push the game back out slowly and let the audience be the ones that market it, not them. So I'm gonna give it a go probably next year. Once all the kinks and bugs are worked out, once people have more of the next gen consoles, because Ratchet and Clank was just 10 out of 10 for me.
Too good. I know it was too short, but it was so good.
I thought it was perfect because it showed the potential of everything, like the potential of PlayStation, the power behind it, the acting, the voice, all that stuff.
Everything was top. I agree. Everything's top tier. Like I ran through it so quick. And the only thing that got me, because I usually have like a crap ton of games. I feel like this one didn't have that many. Guns didn't have that many guns. But other than that, it was just so amazing. I just feel like it was just like it cut off too soon.
You're probably right. I played it on the hardest settings. It was a little bit longer for me because of the challenges. Was really hard. That little arena thing, it was really hard.
I couldn't even finish the arena. Well, I mean the side mission part, because I had it on hard as well. I couldn't finish the side mission part, but it was one arena.
The side mission arena thing. Yeah, you have to go through all of them, get all the awards, to platinum it. I was like, I ain't doing it, but it was great. So I think Cyberpunk can really pull out. They just need to stay quiet and stop announcing, stop apologizing. You did that up and down. Yeah, people are mad, but these people are angry buyers. Like I deal with it with MMOs all the time, and I explain to people. People buy games to talk crap in chat to make themselves feel like they can have a group of people bandwagon to be miserable with them. But if a game re-releases, they'll be the first ones asking for codes. So I just, I think they're going to do fine. I think they need to have some backing. If talk about Netflix, if Netflix got a Cyberpunk 2077 show coming out, I think they need that.
Yeah, that would sell.
Yeah, they need that to push that game.
Like even Colby's like, I'm interested.
Right. Think about The Witcher, right? I mean, people don't care about Witcher 3 anymore, but now that The Witcher series is out, people are buying that again. So, I don't know.
What about you? I know Dwayne and Jazz, you guys played it. Would you finish it?
No, I'm done with it. I'm done.
Yeah, I played it again recently because I heard it was coming back to the PlayStation Store, and I'll admit like some beats of it, like it could be like when I was just riding through the city, it was like, okay, it had like, it looked like it had massive potential. Like as far as like the way it looked like if I was to be in the year 2077, possibly like this would be like where it would be neon signs everywhere, futuristic looking. Like some of the storylines that they have do seem very interesting. I could give you an example of one where they had like this thing, they had like an AI that was basically basically an AI in the cab, and it was malfunctioning, but high key, like the AI when part of the AI system started to have a mind of its own and wanted to be separate from the AI. So it was like giving birth, sentient birth, like it was like a complicated sentient birth, AI giving birth to another AI, having its own separate entity. Like it's interesting to even like think about. So I feel like, especially in the cyberpunk genre, like it has a whole bunch of stuff that it could have been really well and could have had movie type quality if given, I guess, enough time and, not so much hype and stuff like that. I think, cyberpunk genre, it still could do well. Cause I did like some parts of it were like trash. Like I feel like the fighting, the hand-to-hand combat system, trash. Like, but I feel like let's see what they do. I am interested to see what they do, and it could end up becoming like a better game. I think its time has sailed though, and but it could be a better game. Like,
I was gonna say I think a lot of time has passed for people to still care about the game for one, but two, for me it was like what they kind of like advertised is like not what was given, like especially like with the whole like create your character and customize it however you want,
and you can't
even see it. Like so it's like, what is the point of the customization if I can't even look at my character? I can only look at it when I'm in a mirror. And I get it that you might be trying to like make it like real life because we can't see ourselves every day. Like we're in first person all the time. So I guess that's why they made it like that. But to introduce the game and be like, oh, you could make their private parts this big and all this other stuff, like, and then you can't like look at it. You can't see how big it is. You can't walk around and know like I was walking around naked in my first stream. When I was walking around naked, you had to tell me I had no clothes on. I didn't know. So
they don't even let you do. They didn't even let you do like weight type, body height. Or weight.
Like I thought I could make my person big or skinny or short. Like I thought it was gonna be like stuff like that, but it was just like very limited. So that's why I was just like, Okay.
That's weird that you're like, hey, let's add dongs, but you can't.
You can't look at it like, oh, you made a big one. We don't know.
But like height and weight,
right? Body size and weight, right?
things.
It's weird.
When people make customization, that's the first couple things, like face, your skin color, and then like height and weight. How do you skip that and go straight to? I don't.
How do you skip that and go to private parts and you can't even see it? So
I do want to share this comment because I think it is a good one. Because I think people were equally as mad about No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
But like Alex says, if No Man's Sky can come back, maybe Cyberpunk 2077 can come back too. Because No Man's Sky had a trailer recently, and I was like, man, I'm gonna pick up this game now.
The game slaps now.
Pretty good.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's all about timing at this point. Definitely don't release in October because that month is just gone. Like, don't even
not
October.
This year.
Too much. Mm-hmm. But I think if they go during a lull, people will pick the game back up because the streamer / gaming drought is real at times. Giant gaps, and I think if you introduce it that way and just be silent about it and just do an update and say, hey guys, here's patch notes, here's the game, do a nice trailer, they'll get people. I mean, No Man's Sky was in a worse position because they straight up lied, like, you know, like straight up. I mean, not saying that Cyberpunk didn't, but they came back and they're doing fantastic.
Kind of lied to with Cyberpunk a little bit.
Yeah, like they had like this one trailer that was like what was that dude from Cops? They had a narrator dude from Cops, and then they was talking about like the first mission that you could do, and it just seemed like, yo, like this game looked like it's gonna be fire.
Well, the factions things was huge for me. Like I was like, I'm joining the voodoo people immediately. Let's go Haitians. Let's go. But couldn't even do that. I was like, what?
Nope. Wait, what game you're talking about?
Because the dude what's the guy's name that hangs with you? Your best friend?
Oh, you couldn't be a part of that? I thought it was like a big thing. You couldn't even join them or anything?
You just do a couple mission for him or whatever, but you had the choice of fighting against your best friend or not. He was like, you weren't even supposed to be best friends from the start. It was like, if you went with that faction with Rick Ross, I forgot his name.
Jackson Deshaw,
Deshaw.
Rick Ross.
You're supposed to, it wasn't supposed to be an automatic storyline. It's supposed to be like, all right, I'm doing stuff with this faction. I'm gonna go ahead and line with them. Then you get all that stuff. Because even in the trailer, you had the clause, you about to kill him, right? When you walked up in that club, and that was just thrown out. And I was like, dang, all right.
Wasn't it like the same storyline, kind of, no matter what you chose? It was.
Like, it ended up
I'm just like, if I'm choosing, like I chose Corpo in the beginning. So if I choose Corpo, I expect to like have a different experience than somebody else that chose like a street rat or something. Like not have the same exact story come together, because I asked Dwayne what happened to his. He was like, oh yeah, I already saw this scene. I'm like, how? So, and then I was just like, there's no point of me choosing. So
that's funny. Going into that was our like last topic before we go into the finale. All right. For Frank and Kolby, for the non-spoiler review, okay, and I use finger quotes because we use that lightly here. You would say your rating for the episode, and then like a phrase to describe the episode, and that's our non-spoiler. Everybody does that, and then we jump into spoilers. Okay, so I do want you guys to think about it. I will start with Jazz. We'll kind of go up the snake again.
Okay.
So Jazz, go ahead and talking about Loki, the finale of Loki, for those who are watching. It aired last Wednesday. It's the end. The show is done for now. Well, okay. Yeah, we're just going to hold that. Hold that. I saw your
next
face,
snap,
Frank.
like, what?
hold on. That's the spoiler part. But yes, in the chat, I see you guys already putting your ratings, which I appreciate. Go ahead and keep that coming in. Jazz, go ahead and say your rating for the episode, and then a phrase you would use to hold on. I saw Allie said she felt lied to, but go ahead and give your rating and your phrase, and then we'll go
to so is it for just the episode or the whole series?
Let's do both. Let's do the because it's the finale. So do your rating for the episode and then your rating for the show.
Okay, so for the episode, I gotta rank it a 7.
Okay.
For the entire series, I gotta rank it a 7 as well. Okay. 7 as well. Now I'm thinking about it. I have high hopes. I'm sorry, but and for the phrase, I don't know what to say as like a word that's not spoilery, but there's more to be done.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let me just say that.
Okay. Kolby?
All right. So for the episode, it's a Jonathan Majors out of 10. For the series, it's a 9 out of 10.
That's my boy.
It currently sits
I like it.
at my number 1 ranked MCU Disney Plus show. And
Okay.
I would say that this is wild.
That's your phrase?
The 6 of us. I mean, it's extra black, but wild.
I guess we're gonna gloss over Charlie.
Don't even ask Charlie.
I know.
How you know?
I know. Because you told us you told us 2 weeks ago. Did you change that? You told us 2 weeks ago.
Charlie.
You told us 2 weeks ago. Let me know if it's switched up.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So
right.
All right, bro. Yeah, I give this episode a 10 because we know who. And then the series I gave it like an 8. Episode 3 really make the shortest and trashiest episode out of all of them. Episode 3, Lamentus 1. I see
we about to have a debate today.
I'm with it. I'll explain exactly why I hated episode 3 and what it didn't do for me. And I can tell y'all boys later. But yeah, that was it.
Yes. Frank?
Oh.
He feels hurt after our rating.
Yeah, right. I'm like, damn. All right.
I should have had y'all to go first and then everybody else.
Yes, we can actually do this, right? No, anyway. The last episode was brilliant, but I wanted more of the brilliance, if you know what I'm saying. I think there's some chopping that can have done, but the brilliance himself, spot on. Gave me chill bumps. Series. Yeah, I'm going to go with a 9.5 out of 10. If we want to do 0.5s, if not, let's round down to a 9. And I do think it's the best series on television. I think they set the bar really high. And Marvel
hold on. Television or Disney Plus TV?
Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. If you're saying
anyway, so yeah, I just want to. Yeah, Marvel has a way of the reason why I gave this series such a high rating is Marvel doesn't miss the mark with placing things in it and not letting you forget about it and bring it up later. I think they have a problem with being predictable. And that's probably what the reason why they're missing that 10 out of 10 from me.
The formula is very evident.
Right. And if you're a comic book fan, you just smell it. Like it's just there.
Yeah, you can.
You know who's coming. Like
So, but I believe what they do very well is for people that are not into comics that are coming in, they do a very good job at explaining things. And you might be in the beginning like, what does this mean? But they end up covering it later in a beautiful formula and is very artistic. And from an actor's perspective, brilliance at the end. That's what I'm saying. That's gonna be my line. It was black and brilliant.
No, you guys can come for the card. That's not fair. That is not fair. For me, my rating of the episode is a 7, and my rating of the show is like
she about to say 5.
If you say 6, I thought the lips go to 6.
I was gonna say like 6.5. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. 6.5. I'm gonna own it. And if we're not doing 0.5s, I'm rounding down. I ain't rounding up.
We round down.
Okay. It would be a 6 for the series. My phrase would be
trash.
I'm not gonna say that. My phrase would be more than 6 episodes. I think my problem with the shows, and this is the theme of Disney Plus MCU shows, is that they don't have enough time to flush storylines out properly, and because of that, jumps are made in character development and relationships that take me out of the story of people that I love and I'm really fans of, you know. And it happened in WandaVision with Hayward. He seemed kind of bad, and then he was confirmed bad shooting at kids. That jump made no sense. And then
I agree.
It happened in Winter Soldier with I was gonna say Captain America, the fake Captain America. Yes,
John Walker.
Yeah. He had that as well. And then in this, I would say with Loki and Sylvie and what was happening there, and then having the ending, I just feel like a lot of characters did not get a chance to go on beat besides One Me. Okay, One Me had good beats where I feel like from beginning to end, her story was good. That's what's her Hunter
B-15.
B-15?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She had a good beat.
It could have been almost perfect if directorially inside of episode 5, they took a beat when Sylvie had transported her back to the there, where it was so quick. When she touches her mind, she reconnects to her memories, and she was like, I was happy, right? If the director would have just made a choice to be able to have that play a beat where she's gripped with emotion, because like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And it doesn't have to be verbalized at all, but just that beat for a second where she's like, you can see a tear stroll down her face, and it's a tear of joy, right? Because maybe the entire existence that she's known as Hunter B-15 has been of like misery because it's just a job, right? You know, robotic, and then like there's this exceeding difference between what she experienced in her memories versus there. So I feel that there. I will ask you, because I think a lot of what this show will do for us is based on your expectations. Before watching any of this, what was your expectations of Loki?
Oh, super high. Well, it was like I was expecting stuff, but not at the same time. I was expecting it to be more lit than the other 2 shows. Let me just say that. Like I was going to be more interested in this one more than the other ones.
Did you have any idea of this would be a time travel show?
No.
Yeah, 100%.
Well,
really?
I did I did know the time travel thing because my husband, he does comic books. So he was already kind of foreshadowing as far as what the show was going to be like. So I came in knowing that there was going to be time traveling involved. And then obviously we had our own theories about how that might fit into the MCU before the show started. But I would say I was looking forward to this show. Like my first out of the 3 was Captain America, Winter Soldier, because I feel like that franchise.
Well, that hit a lot of notes too.
Yeah. And I feel like franchise wise, like out of all of the first movies and last movies, they had the most consecutive best when it comes to Winter Soldier and Captain America.
Oh, you're talking about the movies, not this TV show.
No. Yeah, the movies, not the show.
Okay,
I felt like the reason I was looking forward to Captain America and Winter Soldier, the show, because of the franchise in the MCU cinematically. Yes, Russo brothers are magic. They're the greatest directors in my eyes. With what they did to superhero movies. And that's why I was looking for forward to that one the most. Loki was second, WandaVision was last, because I had absolutely no idea what was going to go on with WandaVision at all. No lead in. So I would say watching Loki, there's just a lot of, before we like get into, let's do our little air horns for first spoiler. That was our non-spoiler. Yes, we hear it. StreamYard it is. Shout out to Elliot for Movie Files, bruh. So getting into our spoilers, spoiler, you guys have been warned. Loki, the show, I feel like there was a lot of potential, and I was disappointed. I will say, kind of on the great notes, let's start with the pros before we dip into the cons, right? The pros, this show has the best soundtrack out of all of them.
Oh yeah,
all of them. A lot of
them. This score is. I think her name is Nicola Holt.
Natalie Holt.
Natalie Holt.
Yeah.
Yo, listen to this on Spotify. For some reason, it's not specific there. Spotify, go on YouTube. Like, it is so dope. There's a very specific instrument that she's using as a part of the synthesizer. It is amazing how fantastic this score is. Like, it is so, like, if this doesn't get you in the mood to write, to like just like do your oh man, like, yeah. Keep going.
It's good. It's great. It's great. I would say one of the things, and I was talking to my husband about this, that out of the 3 shows, I feel like there are things that each show individually did very, very well, like that they were the best in. This one, visual and the score, best out of the 3.
I would agree.
100%.
Cinematography was
cinematography was absolutely amazing.
And the camera work even had meaning.
It did. I do feel like there was a little bit of a detriment to that in regards to the show. Like when in episode 3, like Dwayne was bringing up, when we had a lot of just sitting in an episode where there was so much to do, and that was annoying as heck. And especially when we got nothing, and that's in episode 3. So like when they get thrown off the train, we didn't get any information about Sylvie or anything, right? They're just sitting there in this moment when they're sitting in the dirt. Then when they finally get to like the downtown area and they're like, hey, the ark's gonna explode, we got to get there, we got 5 minutes, and then they literally stood in the street looking in front and back. And I get cinematography like that, the cinematically that's probably like a cool look, but for me, I'm like, are you gonna get to the arc? Are we gonna get more information? What are we gonna do? And I felt like it wasn't placed well, but overall, out of the 3 shows, best cinematography and best score.
And I also let me piggyback up off of what you said, Christine, because all right, so like Kolby and Frank, I was gonna tell you why I disliked episode 3 so much, just because I felt like at the end of episode 3 it was like a cop out. So they held hands. I get it. They held hands and they were causing like a Nexus event, but before we got to see it actually crack, they took them out of it. So. It would have been a nice thing to see what would happen if it actually did crack. You know, that these 2 variants, you know, I guess loved each other so much that it caused a crack. Let's see the crack happen. Let's see what happens if they, because honestly, if
he's ready.
It's like if they wanted.
There's meaning behind that scene. Like
I know. I like I guess the self-love.
It is a Deus Ex Machina in a sense, right? It's like.
Like you guys, oh yeah, we're gonna get him right before it. No, let the scene actually play out. Like let's see what happened.
I mean, what you want them to fuck? Like
how the fuck are they gonna fuck when the planet's about to be destroyed?
And I think they would have done it. I think they would have. No,
I mean, like at that moment where they were holding hands. Shit, how do we know they didn't fuck? Let me stop.
They are magical. They could have just been hearing the sitting there while they were getting things on. Yeah.
He said, let me hit you. Let me
all right, hide it from the viewers.
Nah, but go. Yeah, I just want to hear y'all rebuttal to that because I just felt like they just like copped them out right when it's about to hit like that certain part. They just we grabbing them up. Like
that to me, that sounds and this is not a put down or nothing. That sounds like a person that's outside of the comic world seeing it, which is very important because you need to go with the majority of the audience versus I mean, we know comic book lovers are going to watch it, but you got to go with people that you have to bring in the people that don't understand what's going around it. I think that scene was good for a couple of reasons. Loki was devising a plan himself, picking the location and everything, going with that. Now we do know in the prior season, the previous episodes, that he only told Mobius how to find them, how they hide in Nexus events. So that was a setup. I knew they were going to get found that way. I was like, oh, they're going to get rescued by Mobius because he's going to find them. It's going to be the biggest Nexus event. They know they hide in it. They'll find him. The scene between him and Sylvie and a lot of sitting and stuff was self-discovery of both entities being one, but completely different of another. But them together to make the ultimate Loki, the superior Loki, as they kept referencing throughout the whole season. It almost got annoying to me. Like I'm superior, and this one I'm superior. I'm the better Loki. I came first, and I was just all right. It was, and it's childish, right? So Sylvie depicted some very childish moments, and it was the moment to see our Loki, so to speak, Tom's Loki, kind of grow into a more mature being, but he still was missing something, and it was her. Them holding hands and stuff, and that next event happening.
Weird for me.
It was the moment where self-realization popped, and knowing that they need each other and stuff like that. That Nexus event of 2 variants that cause so much pain and suffering, quote unquote, are together, and they're finally realizing the power that they have together. That created that Nexus event, not because if it was like a disaster, a catastrophe. I honestly believe by the end of the season we meet, let's just say he who remains.
He who remains.
He's not who he will become yet, so to speak.
Yeah.
I hope not.
I don't care what they say. He didn't predict that happening. Because he was so bewildered in the final episode to see those two together and the relationship that was bonded. When he said he hit the threshold, you know, it kind of circled back. So I believe that scene was very important. What I don't like is the fact that Loki he showed powers that he just never did before. Like,
but that was the goal.
Right.
That was the goal, because we get the line in episode 5 where he says, I believe we're a lot stronger than what we think we are.
Yes.
So we had a physical manifestation of that realization, right? Because we've never seen depicted inside of Thor 2, whatever. He stopped a building by looking at it.
He technically reversed time, though. The way that worked.
Yeah.
So that was weird to me. And then it led up to the finale of saying, like, you guys should take over, so to speak. So that's my point, is that Marvel does this. They put these tidbits that make you question everything, even question the direction, and then answer it way later on. And sometimes
there's contradictions inside of the screenwriting. There definitely is. And because it is such a big kitchen where you have a lot of cooks that are making this all work, I can kind of pacify some plot holes or things where there's certain rules that are established in episodes 1 and 2 that do seem to get broken, right? Because as it was explained, the Nexus event, when it's happening inside of an obliterated timeline, it can't be seen. Right? It just can't be.
Exactly.
So what's specific? Like, we still don't have an answer as to why is their love so strong that it created this? And even when Mobius tried to, you know, explain it away, I was like, all right, not really, bro.
That's what made me hate. That's what made me hate episode 3. Is like, okay, they still shouldn't be found out unless something and let it play out. Because if they would have let it play out, it was the shortest episode, 39 minutes. They could have definitely gave us at least 2 minutes to see what would have happened that made us, oh shit.
We had Tom Hiddleston singing though, bro.
Right.
That's all he needed.
You know what I'm saying? And then we still didn't really know much about Sylvie. Like it took us another episode to even learn.
I feel like
more
it was dragged
about her. It's like,
yes,
they had a great opportunity with like I watched. I don't know if you guys saw Snowpiercer, but I feel like that was a great opportunity to at least throw in a little, like, all right, if we're gonna have fun this episode, let's have fun. Like, that's what I thought Loki was gonna be, was like a lot of him having fun. Like, we get to see different versions of Loki and what would have been to like that last episode finale. Felt like they should have definitely showed us a timeline where Loki got what he wanted. And like, if we're gonna have fun, let's have fun. I thought it was gonna be like a hijinks where Loki's going into Jurassic Park and he got a freaking.
That's what I thought it was.
I thought it was going to be like way different.
Event. Yeah.
Before
it
the show
seemed
started,
like it was picking up that theme. Yeah, it definitely seemed like it was picking up that scene that this is going to be a time travel romp. And really, there's not a lot of time travel that's being explored here. It's just we are traveling between different timelines, right?
Yeah.
I think that it's interesting how by the end of it, it's much more serving up as a bridge to the cinematic universe. This does so more than any other previous TV show. I've fallen so hard off of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and that's what I thought that was supposed to be, right? So I can appreciate it for doing a successful job at that. Obviously, I squealed like a little bitch when I saw my man come out, and my dude was in like outdoor grill sandals and like
chilling
cloak, bro. Like I lost. I didn't think it was gonna happen, right?
I didn't either. We
everybody was thinking like, what is it? The superior Loki at the like the old Loki
who's gonna be at the end of the timeline?
Set it up for Kang, you know, because
he definitely did.
Renslayer is there. I mean, that's his lover essentially in the comic books, you know. So
I didn't know nothing about that. Okay,
in the comics, So who knows what MCU is gonna do, right? Well, I mean, we technically know now. You know, the power. You know, she's hungry for power. She doesn't want to believe that this is happening. So I was like, oh, this is him. You know, and I predicted that so early on. I hated it. You know, and
a lot of people did. I was
like, God, I hate that. But when they introduced him, I love it now. Damn it, God. Like, you know, I was like, the way they did it, the way he was acting and talking. Yeah, I loved it, man. I was a big fan because seeing what he does in other shows and movies and stuff, and then saw what he did here. I honestly didn't think he could peak like that and just peak Marvel up, because Marvel's casting is to me. Like it's
so
so
that's
good.
Great. And it's a really interesting performance that we haven't got a chance to see. We've seen manic, I've seen neurotic, and I think that Jonathan Majors, I've never really seen him this way. Like I think the closest I can kind of say to what this is what we saw in The Last Black Man in San Francisco, which he was snubbed of the Best Supporting Actor Oscar, in my opinion. It's fantastic, right? Seeing this just like beautiful black man with his beautiful black skin, not covered up in blue makeup, like it made me feel great as an actor. Like I was so proud, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it was really, really great. And I thought like his characterization was interesting. And I feel like the way that they have now set up him going forward, it gives a lot of possibilities to be able to do a numerous of different things. And that's what I like. I like the ambiguity of what happens next, right? I will take everything as is. One, if we're talking about performance wise, I think Tom Hiddleston, like he's solid. The brother's automatic. He's really, really good. It was crazy because a lot of folks are like, well, why do I want to sit here and root for this antagonist who's a mass murderer, and they kind of get this here, right? But I think that the fact that we truly see him, he's not redeemed. In no way is he redeemed from the things that he's done, but he truly understands who he is, why he does the things he does. He has to go on this journey, and it is hard. A lot of people cannot confront their own demons and recognize themselves that, he is bad, and he's bad for very childish and immature reasons.
Questioning it, which is the beauty about it. And the funny thing is Loki has been the setup from jump. Like he is the reason why everything happened, and now we're really seeing a sidekick, right? A sidekick character become the main character, and seeing that development and the way Tom took that innocence and brought it back. And now he's so conflicted because when Miss Minutes was hitting him with that ultimatum, he was like,
yeah,
I mean, it might sound good. What you think, honey?
It shows how much that he's grown. This is definitely the best. Like you were saying, Christine, like, in regards to character development, in regards to a full arc, there's not a character. Well, okay. There are several characters in the MCU that truly have a full arc. I think that Tony's been able to get that. I think that Cap has been able to get that. And I think that a character in Loki, we had no idea he's got it the best. That's why I love the way that this journey that we've navigated, because he truly is on a quest towards redemption. I mean, when he eventually meets up with his brother, like I cannot wait to see. I really do hope it happens because they both diverged in such different ways. And keep in mind, Loki's been able to see the events that has happened, since he took the Tesseract and departed from New York, and has been able to see the end of his life. Right. And his brother, like crying over him when he was killed by that. And then still the ambiguity of one of our other Loki variants possibly being our sacred timeline Loki is really, really interesting. I don't know if I necessarily believe that fan theory, but if it does pay off, I think it's pretty great. Because I thought what Richard E. Grant did inside of this episode 5 before we get over to the Citadel was fantastic. I will say in regards to this episode, no one can at me. The greatest wizarding display of magic in any movie, any media is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. And I thought we could have got that with this fight when it was Loki versus Sylvie. But somehow we still keep getting all these forms of storytelling and can't get anything that comes close to it. So that's why I couldn't give it like a perfect. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Do you agree? Do you agree with that?
That Harry Potter has the best magic in cinema,
specifically in the Order of Phoenix. That wizarding battle between Dumbledore and Voldemort is the greatest cinematic display of magic.
Now, with the knowledge of it, like you just watched it a few days ago, or are you saying that when you watched it back then?
Back then, bro, and it's been undefeated, never lost.
Okay, hold on. I want to jump in here because we were talking about Jonathan Majors. He was in the show. I want to preface my statement by I love Jonathan Majors. Okay,
we all do. I think he killed
Lovecraft
it.
Country. I love that. Okay, that is. I love the show.
HBO's got to be so salty. Like, this show done got all this damn nominations. His brother's on MC.
I want to know what they're doing.
I don't know what they're doing, bro. I don't know what they're doing.
Especially his stock just went up. Which I would like to say this kind of weird tidbit. Simu Liu, who plays Shang-Chi, right? In Shang-Chi, he was in a show called Kim's Convenience. And like soon after he got the Marvel role, filmed the movie and everything, the show got canceled. Coincidentally, right? Not unrelated. And then here we got a similar situation with Lovecraft Country. I wonder if MCU's kind of got like a curse on people's.
The controversy behind that, right? That's a lot of controversy.
I don't think it's a curse. I think it's like. I think if you want to
they
get
are the Lokis that set them to their right.
Nah, bro, they got the time stone, dude.
Well, no, that show that he was on.
Improve your stock. If you want to improve your stock, you go to MCU. Like I feel like if you become like if you're a nobody and you get an MCU role, you automatically are
That's true.
Superstardom.
Well, there was some drama with the Shang-Chi actor. I forgot his name on top of my head. There was
Simu Liu.
Yeah, Simu Liu. So that was a problem with that show that he was on. There was a lot of drama with that. So that could contribute to it. But you're right, no, because Florence Pugh ain't nobody was like screaming Florence Pugh until Black Widow. You know, I mean, she had her fans. I'm not saying she was a nobody, but now she's blowing up. Like people are, you can see her Google hits go up, everything. But I would like to point out the fact, and this is just a comic reference. Interesting enough, this whole setup, and I know where you guys are going. I say my superpowers predictions, but his name is Nathaniel Richards.
Descendant of who?
Fantastic Four.
Wait, whose name is Nathaniel Richards?
The one who remains.
He who remains.
I didn't know that.
Well, what his variant, I guess you could say, is Nathaniel Richards, and he's a descendant of another famous Richards and another famous
and another famous Richards to come who does all this multiverse
Nexus event,
with just cracking a smile. So it's kind of interesting how they're wrapping this all, because at the end of the day, I want Doom.
Doom must be here. You
might get him. You might get him in
2024, bro. In 3 years, you might get him.
Here's the biggest problem with Marvel right now, and I'm gonna say this as a big time fanboy. Stop giving us villains that have meaning and killing them off immediately and just getting rid of them.
Exactly.
You got TV now. Help me out.
Let him last. I will say though, okay, so kind of circling back to Jonathan Majors, which when we reviewed episode 5, we were saying how they're not going to bring Jonathan Majors in there. There's no way they're going to do that. He's too big of an actor. And then boom, there he was. So I was like, oh my goodness, he's really here. I was surprised. I would say that I was not a fan of the take. I don't feel like his acting was bad. I just was not a fan of the take. It definitely to me resonated with Jesse Eisenberg in Man of Steel. That's the vibe, the similar vibe I got. No, here's the thing. Here's my thing. One of the things that I love, and like Kolby, you talked about how we've seen a lot of different villains be played. I feel like the one thing, a principal thing that Loki, the show, was missing was swag. There was not a lot, like, yes, cinematography was great and soundtrack was great, or score was great, right? But like something that really takes you off, like Winter Soldier, when he has like that knife work in the Winter Soldier, when him and Cap are fighting on the highway, and that whole scene of the swag of that fight was amazing. The show, in the last episode, the fight between him and Sylvie, yes, that was a good fight, but outside of that, you don't really get a lot of swag. Sylvie does not present herself as swag. Loki doesn't present himself as swag. No one else does. I was really looking forward to. He doesn't have to be Thanos. He doesn't have to be Killmonger. But like what I'm hoping Kang is gonna be, like this aspect of like someone who presents with confidence and strength and swag, so you like him as a villain. I wasn't really a fan of this iteration of
He Who Remain would be the Christine. Let's think you are nice, right, Christine? So imagine the nicest possible version of you. Imagine that is He Who Remains. So just think of yourself, Christine. Now you're nice, but imagine a Christine that is the nicest. Like, you'd be like, damn, like, oh my God, like, you okay? Like, you'd be like, damn, like, that's who Kang is supposed to be. So that's the possible best, nicest version of Kang you probably could get.
He made a statement and he said, you think I'm evil? Oh, you don't know what's to come. So we haven't established Kang yet. He is He Who Remains. When we see Kang, which I think they referenced with, the ending.
For sure.
The puppet master himself. When we witness him, I think we're going to get, I think it's just going to explode our minds what Jonathan Majors can do.
We're going to get the Idi Amin performance of Jonathan Majors. That's what I feel like I'm going to get, right?
Yeah.
And I feel where you're coming from, Christine, because like the moment you said swag, it's like, yo, there is no swag inside of the MCU, right? That is a flavor that is missing. Like when you say swag, the one actor that I feel like that has that and like doesn't even try is Idris Elba. There is no Idris Elba, even though he was in the MCU, he wasn't allowed to be Idris Elba. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm excited for the Suicide Squad and what he brings to that character, because he's got a level of swag. It's in his walk. He's like this brogue. You know, that's something that he's got just because of like, you know, who he is. Yo, get a call.
I loved him in Hobbs and Shaw.
I loved it. He was an amazing. People get on me because I gave it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a great movie, right?
It's
but like,
fun. You know what you're going in for, but you don't have. It's not for the family. But it was a great. I mean, the end scene was craziness with them.
Yeah, so I definitely. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Killmonger had swag, even though Michael B. Jordan is sometimes a little bit. He's not always consistent as an actor, right? He's got some really weird timing issues as an actor. I swear I want to give him a class. Yo, Michael, if you listen to this or somebody want to tag him, like, brother, okay. But
go ahead.
I'm just saying he's just so inconsistent, bro. Let me tell you something. If I had that dude, if I had his frame, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have this gut, you know, like if I had hair, you know, like let me tell you right now, like I would have 2 Oscars if I looked like him. For another time, but yeah,
listen, Michael Adonis, you know, Adonis, you know, give me a call for other reasons.
But I feel where you're coming from in regards to Villa. It kind of sucks that.
Wait,
I mean, I hope he pops up more.
Boseman had. Well, hold on, I felt like
swag.
Okay.
Swag, nah. He didn't play that character. No, he played that character. He did not play that character with swag.
Okay.
Which movie though?
Okay, hold on now.
Not his movie.
Hold on now.
Black Panther.
You don't think Black Panther was?
Okay, let's look at MCU as a whole, right?
Okay,
and that's where I take that lens, and then I brought it to Loki. All right, so like swag moments in the MCU, Winter Soldier, sloppy with them all over the place, right? With that movie, Civil War. Awesome swag fighting moments and not even just like the character, but like fighting moments, right? And Chadwick Boseman had a bunch in Civil War. Okay, when he got with them chucks and just
thank you, man. I was about to just go ahead and mention that. I gotta go.
In his own movie, not so much.
I feel like he did have it there, but I feel like that was limited to direction.
Oh, Koye had all the swag in that movie.
Time, right? But
Russo brothers. Russo brothers do bring out the swag in everyone, I feel, but like
they do.
I feel like in Loki there was no like, at least in the Captain America and the Winter Soldier show, when the Dora Milaje came, when he's like, you ain't got no jurisdiction here, and they handed him his cheeks, that was an amazing swag moment in the show.
She took that arm.
He's like, with your pointy sticks. She's like, I'm gonna show you what I can do with your pointy sticks.
And then one of them,
even super soldier. Oh man,
remember the kick flip with the shield kick? One of the Dora Milaje kick flip
that thing, bro.
Like Steve, I was like, damn.
I was definitely say,
back home.
If Loki had that moment, it definitely would have taken the show another notch. And it does make me a little frustrated that, for what we know, we're not gonna get, you know, Jonathan Majors until Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And I feel like,
or even past that,
something about it doesn't make sense. Now seeing what we saw, I don't understand like how they're gonna. Who this Ant-Man and the Wasp, bro? What's going on here? Somebody's got to explain something to me.
Maybe they might. So this is a theory that me and my husband were talking about, is that maybe he's like the new Thanos. And with Thanos, he was just pieced in, like he was crumbs from the Avengers movie to Guardians of the Galaxy to, there was another film I think where he was just like a crumb that you saw like a moment or a reference, right? Like like references and things like that of him, and then plat out, here he is. So I'm anticipating something similar, whether it's mentioned or engaged or involved.
I would say the worst threats are the ones you don't see coming. So like,
not only that, this dude has eons and eons and eons of like knowledge.
Yeah,
you know, exactly. So this is scary. This is like scary levels, because we knew the Watchers were a thing, and we still don't know what they're doing. But anyway,
we've seen them, but we just
on TV. You know, they're where are they at?
They're watching Netflix. They're watching our stream right now.
Does Kang have any abilities of his own outside of just his knowledge and his tech?
I mean, look at Tony Stark's tech. Tony Stark's tech made him a beast.
The thing that's scary about Kang is that he's lived so many lifetimes. He formed a council and he just knows things. I mean, knowledge is the ultimate weapon at the end of the day. And I think we're going to really see in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, we're really going to start unfolding things. I'm just really afraid of how they're going to do it in Spider-Man. I'm literally cowering in the corner right now. how they're going to approach Spider-Man with this, because I don't think it's enough time to bring all the elements together to make that movie hit like it should
work the way it should.
Yeah,
because it has too many things to tie up. It's got too many things to set up.
But they left so much stuff open.
It's not. That's the one thing where
asking questions like, what?
I like Spider-Man, but like he has no agency of his own outside of what he's supposed to be doing to service the other parts of the MCU. Right? Like this really is a Spider-Man as he much more is, Iron Man Jr.
He's a delivery boy at the end of the day.
Iron Man Jr. Yeah,
he's definitely no Riri Williams.
But
it's
I think it's because he's so young though. So like they're like, okay,
it's the ultimate version of Spider-Man. He's been told to do this, that, and the other.
Yeah, he's in high school. He can't even probably drive yet. They're like, we just gonna give him his training wheels. Iron Man Jr.
does not have a license.
Iron Man Jr. until something big happens, which probably is No Way Home.
I think this is where he's gonna grow up because now he's against the world is against him, so to speak. His world is against him.
Oh, because they know who he is.
He has his love interest is now like all the warnings were there, and he was told this by Vulture essentially.
That's the thing that I just don't understand, right? Like we're made to believe that this reveal of his identity is really going to cause all this conflict. Well, we have so many of our Avengers whose identity is closed in this world. Unlike in the comics, identity is not an issue, right? That's why they scrapped that entire thing from Civil War. So is this being the crux of what's going on? Like, oh my God, my life is in peril. Aunt May's. We've seen no villains of his own to really understand. Like like you said, every villain dies. Like we have Vulture locked up. He already knows who he is, right?
That's why we need William Fisk to come in and stay there and then monopolize villains out, which I think is happening.
Which I mean, that can happen.
That's why Loki is so important, though. Like we need Loki. That when we thought it was going to be
Wanda, we thought Wanda was going to essentially do the MCU version of House of M that's going to blend all the worlds together. We already have it confirmed.
Which is still being set up, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to, because something you said led to a question that somebody did ask on Twitter, which shout out to everybody who's following our Twitter at @_PartyChat, or sorry, PartyChat _.
There you go.
I got it right there. There you go. Definitely check it out. One of the questions Oop asked, because this was a question I did have too. It's kind of a three-parter. So the first one is, what's the difference between timelines and multiverse? Also, since the finale showed branching timelines, do you guys think we'll see characters from other Marvel shows like Daredevil from Netflix that could bring in the Kingpin aspect? I hope, because I thought he was amazing as Kingpin. And then do you think we'll see Enchantress in Loki season 2? So I do want to ask that question to you guys. And then after that, kind of get back into a couple of the tidbits of the episode and the pros and cons, because bringing up her, I feel like that ending I did not like that ending.
Yeah, that is tough. That is a tough question. What is the difference between a timeline
and multiverse?
Well, timeline is going to lead to multiverses, right? I mean, it's like the timeline's branching leads to another multiverse. If the timeline stayed intact, then we would just have one multiverse that we know of, which we can't cause chaos in other ones. Now that it's branching off, like all the big bads can literally be like, oh, if it doesn't work here, I can go there. Once they start figuring out how to go somewhere, the big cutoff they still need to explain is the Ancient One led to believe that an Infinity Stone being outside the loop out of its time is going to cause a crack in the timeline. Well, we've done that. I mean, the Avengers did all kinds of messed up stuff. I mean, a Nexus event should have been Steve Rogers, not
living his life.
That should have been a huge.
Yeah, that's a big one. Right? That's a big one.
I'm still figuring it out. And they said, because they did what they were supposed to do. And
there's still room, though. I mean, there's still very much room for that to be. I mean, that's the one thing about time, right? Yeah. The entirety of what's happening inside of Loki technically isn't operating like, in regards to separate from what the Ancient One knows, right? Because it could be happening simultaneously, right? Time is both a straight line and a circle. Okay. And then obviously what we learned inside of Endgame, it's the Mobius strip. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
And Mobius was introduced.
Exactly. Yep, Kang himself does not, he cannot control time. He just found a way to master it. The interesting question at the end is manipulated, correct. And that's what the help of Alioth. The interesting thing that we have at the end of the episode is that we have the Loki that we've known inside of a timeline that he does not know. This is what we're led to believe, correct?
Yep.
However, the rules of the TVA, it happens outside of time and space. So why would he be in unless like there should not be different versions of the TVA unless
that meme of the guy sitting there and like the math equations are going around his face. That's
Zach Galifianakis.
That's me. They're all around me.
That's the thing that's crazy. Kent is the one who remains an unreliable narrator. We are getting all of this from him. What if he's lying? What if he didn't win? What if he didn't win the multiversal war and he just have jurisdiction over a separate part of time and space?
Well, yeah, there's three sides to every story: the truth, his story, their story, and then the truth that will actually happen.
He knew up to a point, and then he lost control of it. And I think that's
which that is confusing to me. That is
right. It could be other versions of him getting over on him, and the only way for him to switch things up is if he gets the Lokis, to kind of add their flair to it because they're so unpredictable. And they made a lot of references to them being unpredictable, like them falling in love. That was unpredictable. And them, I was waiting for the. I
want to touch base on that because for me, I feel like, and we talked about this here on the podcast before, but for me, it's like sister and brother. It's the same DNA. You got the same mama, same daddy. Okay, yes, they're a little different, but
are they though?
I felt like this is like.
But it's like you're supposed to love yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I was gonna say,
you gotta love yourself. You have to love yourself before you love somebody else.
Yeah, Charlie, tell them about loving themselves.
Metaphors. I like them.
I can tell you about that.
But it's because of the lotion. But
I had to explain the joke. Right?
You caught it late.
No, I'm doing so many things at one time. I was getting a text about pinning a chat in the thing so that they know the Twitter. So that's what I was doing just now. Shout out to Des. And while you were saying it, so as I was just vocalizing what I was registering. Okay, all right, Charlie. The it ain't lotion. Okay, but anyways, but it's still like I understand that you're saying like it's like love, self-love. It's which is somewhat part of a metaphor in this season, right? But like and then finding your purpose, finding self-realization, self-actualization, self-esteem, self-knowledge, all of that, self. But when you take because their relationship at most should have been care and friendship, okay? We have not properly established time in the realm of how many days they have been spending together, right? It can be any amount of time, right? Because they are out of time. Yes, I do not. When they got to the end and they're and at the end after that, he's like crying and sad about it. And also, I was like, you didn't really like. I get she's you, right? And I understand if you want to
one-sided. I will say
for sure, because it felt like maybe she pondered the idea, but she has not thought of like getting back with him.
Her singular purpose has been to get to the.
And it should have been written that way as they did because she was stripped of her childhood. She's pissed, and I don't blame her.
Yeah. No,
Loki lived his life, so to speak. He
did, and watched the rest of his life. I feel like for her, I feel like she stayed on mission, and she. Her rules were set at the beginning, and I feel like she followed through. So I feel like she was consistent, right? There were a lot of
I didn't finish episode 3 yet.
Yeah, which I understand.
My bad, I was talking in chat. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Which we can all hear you. You could type in there. I see you. But like with them, like I feel like he was rushed. I feel like he had a lot of inconsistencies in regards to the show. He said in episode 5, when he was talking to the other Lokis, we all have a plan. We should all be able to, episode 5 and episode 6. We have a plan. That's who we are. We always got a plan. But in episode 3, there was a plan to go to or to fix to repair the temp pad, right? Yeah. And you got drunk on a train and got you thrown off the train. That doesn't consistently make sense as a character. And then to jump at the end, right? This man who's like, I don't need anybody for his self-actualization or self-learning. He should learn that, yes, like you do need people. It's not just you. And yes, you learn that all your purpose, your glorious purpose was just to help others achieve their purpose, right? That's what we got in that first episode. But it's like you get to the end and then to kiss her and then be like really, 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 really sad about how things ended in regards to her. Like I get the time thing. Yes, be upset about that. But I feel like that jump was crazy. Like he should care. They should be really good friends. And then in another movie, grow to romance. they still seem like brother and sister to me.
Well, with the kiss thing, like I get it. Like he's loving himself. If he was to love anybody, it would be himself. I get it. Cool. But like as far as like just them together, like their scenes together, I'm not gonna lie, that's why I rated it a 7, because I was bored every time. It was Loki and Sylvie together. Every time it was both of them on screen, it was just them focused, or they're sitting on a rock talking, or whatever they're doing. It was just boring to me. Like I didn't feel the chemistry of y'all together. So especially y'all already rushed the relationship of both of them, and then when you get to the end, it's like they just magically kiss on the finale. It's just like, okay, like when I saw it, I was just like, okay, I felt like it would have been better if like they were like, you know, almost about to kiss, and then like that's when Sylvie like pushes him, because
the same
like you said,
moment they had at the end of episode 4.
Right, exactly. Like let them get close to it. And just like Christine said, she's on mission mode in her mind. So screw the kiss. Like I'm gonna push you so you can get away, so I can go ahead and kill this man that I've been trying to get this whole time. Like, instead of just like, oh, I'm gonna kiss them and just give, because I feel like that was just fan service for like the audience. I feel like the writers were like, oh, they will love to see, they will love to see Loki kiss this person or whatever. But like I generally did not care for it. Like I felt like for me in the show, I felt more like, I guess, bored, emotion or whatever with Loki and Mobius together, like their scenes together. I felt more emotion and impact,
chemistry,
right? And charm and chemistry. When it's just Sylvie and Loki, I feel nothing like at all. So that's why
you don't mean like romantically. You just
I don't mean romantically. I mean just interacting, just interacting. I feel like Mobius has a better connection with understanding Loki than Sylvie does with Loki. If that makes sense. Like so that's why I really didn't care.
Sylvie doesn't really even have like, I wouldn't even say, to me, she didn't have any like, it would have been nice if she was more charming. Like she's like, oh, like damn, like I see why she was like, you know.
Yeah, like I don't feel any spark from Sylvie. And I think that's because her character is not meant to be like the other Lokis, like she's meant to. And I feel like I still feel like her Nexus event was her being good, like being a good person, because even when they took her and like as a child and took her to the TVA, when that man was like hurting, she was like, oh, somebody help him. Like other Lokis wouldn't care about that. Like, but she does. So I think that's what caused the Nexus event. But
I agree with that.
That's why I'm just like, I feel like she has no like charm.
She's been hardened.
So to get back to that question, does she become Enchantress going forward?
Maybe, because she has the same color.
She still has his I don't even know what that's called.
The super tempad. I don't know.
The super
like marble.
The rock.
Right. She still has it in
the Boulder Watch.
She could still. She's still at that area in time because I don't think it goes nowhere. So it's endless. Yes, endless possibilities.
But I just felt like it was just rushed. I don't know.
I feel what you're saying, and like I said, especially on the outside looking in, that is very evident. But I believe what the MCU does specifically is they rely on older movies too much to bring apart, like to bring these scenes to life. Because Loki's always, I feel like his story was told since the beginning, and that's why they kind of piggyback that so much, because his biggest thing is he doesn't want to feel alone. Everyone tells him he's always going to be alone. He felt like he had no purpose. He finally found a purpose that saved the world, quote unquote. And then on top of that, he finally got to a point where he's not alone, you know? And I think that he harped on it so much. It's like being infatuated with somebody. I don't think he truly loved her. I think he was just infatuated with the idea of having somebody there that can rely on him and that they have this mission together and a purpose. Yeah. And then I honestly, Christine, what you said, I believe, because it was one-sided. I think Sylvie kind of entertained the idea a little bit, and she was like, oh, no. Because she didn't have any of what he has. And there's probably even some jealousy there because they had the description. I think that sit-down scene, that boring scene in episode 3 was to get more information of who Sylvie is and how she's quite different. And then, if anything, the only thing that makes her a Loki is that she came from a different timeline with that background. But she's a whole different person because she should have been ruthless. I think she should have been more ruthless because of the stuff she went through. Because anybody that stripped away their childhood and stuff should just be an immature mess. You're going to be
hardened. Like,
she should be an immature mess. Like if she was in the beginning, like that scene in the store, poof, that was great. But like the kiss.
Oh, in episode 2?
Episode 2, great.
Yeah, because at the end I had trouble when you saw all those things go off, and like I was just like, oh, it's about to go down, baby. You know?
Yeah.
But like I think the kiss was kind of like let me entertain this idea and get him off and throw him off guard so I can just go ahead and do my thing. Like maybe more so throw him off guard. Let me just admit to this and get him out of the way, type thing. And because when she's done, she was like, I'm not like you. I mean, she just straight up, and it was hardcore. It was cold. There was no love there.
She was cold right after.
Yeah, but that brings me back to a point. Like, why even kiss in the first place? Then, like, stay ruthless, stay cold.
Yeah, and they could have paused that scene, but wouldn't that have been more awkward because it would just be revisiting that scene again, and then I would have just been frustrated. I'm like, just get it out of the way,
Well, then I guess that was
the kiss shouldn't have been there.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I feel like the kiss should have never happened.
Maybe she should have. Yeah, it could have been done differently. I agree with that.
Execution is my biggest thing on that.
But I think they relied too much of past stuff to build up to this moment, and they really got to dominate the fact that this might be somebody's first show, and really introduce the characters that way and build that relationship.
And that's my thing.
I felt when Loki hugged Mobius. I felt that. Like I was like, dang, bro, okay, he's hugging. Like, all right.
That goes back to what Jazz was saying. When he hugged Mobius, I felt okay. That makes sense. That's right. That's good. I'm with it. But when he kissed Sylvia, I was just like, ugh. I was like, when they were leading into it, I was like, please don't. And they did it. I was
don't
just
like the self-cess. That's what they call it.
But it's not even that. Like that doesn't bother me like at all. Like I get it. Like I get the whole concept. Like of whatever. It's not weird to me. It's not weird to me at all. It's just forced. I feel like it's very forced.
It was forced. It was very forced.
I don't think it's a brother-sister moment because we don't understand the multiverse. And I think that kiss is another exclamation point on it, that we just don't understand how the multiverse works. We're seeing it in everything that TVA said was not true. And I think that's what we have to kind of go. They may not be the same person. They might come from the same like timelines that are kind of made the same, but there might be a clear factor of the matter that these people are just not different. She doesn't look like him. She's a complete anomaly. I mean, we have an alligator Loki, for goodness sake. So it's just like
very true.
And this kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about the not being enough episodes. They unpacked a lot in this show. There was a lot that they unpacked with teaching us about the TVA, lying to us about the TVA,
12 episodes,
bringing in this. Yeah, I think like 10 or 12 would have been great to really kind of give us a moment. You can't throw us in, shake us up, and then be like, oh, it was a lie. Oh, joke's on you. And then you're just sat there like, okay, I don't understand. I don't agree with, I wouldn't say agree with it. I mean, do what you want to do.
Or they should have cut it at when she took out one of the timekeepers. I think that would have been a good cliffhanger spot. Because we would have been asking questions.
I feel like that was a finale.
Oh my God. Animatronic? What the heck is going on? So that would have been a good solid cut.
And that's what I was trying to tell Dwayne, because when we had our review on our channel, I was like, I can see how people are upset with this finale because it doesn't feel like the finale, even though we know that they're having like another season 2 or whatever. Like
it's much more exposition.
Right. Like I feel like
this could have been the whatchamacallit. This should have been the second to last episode as opposed to
I feel like there should have been way more that happened within the series from where they left off at, because like if you compare it to the other shows, not trying to forcibly compare them, but like with all of them, like you kind of had like a conclusion. Like with WandaVision, you kind of had that conclusion, like where all that stuff happened in WandaVision, yada yada, and like now she's like doing she got the what is it called, the dark hole. Dark hole, right?
This is definitely a better finale than WandaVision, right?
I disagree.
I don't know.
Okay,
it depends on how much knowledge you have.
Let Jazz finish the point, and then I'll explain why I disagree.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So like, if we look back at WandaVision, because I'm kind of connecting the two. So it's like, okay, like Wanda, she was looking at it and she heard her kids, right? And then that's when like it faded to black and everything. Now looking at this at Loki, now I'm like, okay, so when the multiverse like exploded after Sylvie did what she did, now I'm thinking that's connecting back to the finale of WandaVision when she heard the kids, because she possibly heard the kids because of that explosion that they caused. Because when the setting of Loki is set in the past after, it was set before all this stuff happened with WandaVision, kind of, if you think about it. Because like when Loki started, it started right when like he took the Tesseract. Like when he took the Tesseract, that's when the TVA came in. But it's like, if you connect I don't know how much time has passed on Loki's. That's why I'm like,
right. Which I think
a lot of it is simultaneous too. Yeah. Simultaneous.
But like, you kind of like felt like some resolution in like WandaVision, when you watch it. It's kind of like, okay, like we're gonna see Wanda, like maybe in like the multiverse, she might have a hand in that, whatever. Then when you move on to Captain America, I keep saying want to say Captain Falcon, Captain America, and Winter Soldier. It was like okay, we saw everything that happened in there. They took down Carly Morgenthau, whatever. Wasn't a big fan of her character either.
At all.
But at least they resolved it with like setting up the character for US agent and stuff like that. And then they also introduced Valentina. So like, stuff is like set solid, like you're going to see them and stuff like that. But I felt like with Loki, the entire series was just a lead up. As far as the season, the entire season was just like a lead up to stuff that's not really resolved, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like, I mean, that's why I think
that was the goal.
That was the goal. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Have something to do for season 2. They just can't.
I feel like something should be resolved.
This is the end goal of the episode. These talks that we're having. Like the big question mark is what they were going for, and boy, did they get it. Now people are just questioning in general, but I think season. I don't even think season 2 is going to wrap everything. I just don't, and I don't even know where what if.
I don't know where it could go.
Well, my thing with this season, I feel like the low-key season 1 was like filler, if that makes sense. Like I feel like WandaVision
filler and set up for the movie.
You're right. Right. I feel like WandaVision had a point, like Captain America had a point. I mean, not saying that this didn't have a point, but I'm just saying like this just felt like big.
I agree with your sentiment though. I agree.
Right.
We still have What If, right? To play off of the multiverse crack. And I think that's where What If comes in. I really
it's not been determined if it's canon yet. They have not, like Kevin Feige is really dancing around if it's canon.
I hope they don't, but they already announced the season 2 and that scares me. Yeah, like leave it his own thing. Like DC is great for their animations, and then their standalones are perfect, right?
Yeah.
I think Marvel needs to dance around that idea of just being competition to that and leaving that out of the MCU. Just get it out.
Chronologically, it makes sense that he's just saying it till the show drops or till the finale, because we don't know what finale we're gonna get at the end of Watchers. We don't know yet, and we don't know what could happen with that show. Like that show is an open slate. We're just getting like, all right, this is fun. But then at the end, they might throw something that be like, damn, all of a sudden we get an animated version.
The show itself doesn't connect, right?
It does
because on the multiverse. Because it's like, what if this happens?
What if Peggy Carter became
the caveat is this was voiced a long time ago. So Robert Downey Jr., all of them were still in the contract. They're no longer under that. So he said he's coming back, or he didn't say he's coming back, but he's leading to it. We all know what it's going to be, because if he's not there for Ironheart, that movie's going to be horrible.
He has to be there for Ironheart.
Cool. Robert Downey.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they got out of
they get around to do a cameo, man. He's.
I mean, they're doing the same thing with Chris Evans, though. I mean,
they're no longer locking them up in 10-picture deals, so they have.
They said they're not doing anymore.
It's going to cost a hell of a lot more just to get that single appearance.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean,
and he made a big statement saying that, because right after Infinity Wars, he was just like, I'm done. Like I passed the torch. This is great. I'm feeling good. Now he's singing a whole different story. Talking about, well, you never know what happened. It's smell. You know how he does.
Yeah. That means there's conversation.
He didn't predict that pandemic.
Nope.
and
he got animals.
He didn't predict that Dr. Doolittle. That's what he didn't predict.
That's what that man making water right now.
I did not really see that,
but listen. Also, he got animals. He got a whole farm that he has to take care of. So he definitely is
that pandemic hit. Back. And then ain't nothing like that Marvel money, baby. So it's like, I would love to see
him
come back. Do you know fans set up billboards for this man to come back? Like,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He got to come back.
I definitely feel like Chris Evans and
name the price. He'll be like, name the price.
They need to come back. Because it's just
Scarlett Johansson too, right? She's coming back as well, but not in the role of Black Widow. So we don't know what she's doing. She could be producing
as the tree. She wants to be the tree again.
Okay, she might be producing. I mean, who knows? But she says she's gonna. Kevin Feige and her both said they're gonna work together on more Marvel. So she don't want to leave the universe, but she just doesn't want to be Black Widow, which I feel is a cop out. But anyway,
I will say this though, kind of, because I'm obviously this isn't a Black Widow review, but in there, I the torch passing, I am totally for.
100%.
Yelena.
Yelena's
gonna be.
she is Black Widow in comics.
Yeah.
2.0.
After, yeah. And Yelena was like the star of that movie. Hot take.
100%.
It's her origin story.
Florence Pugh just
it's not a Black Widow movie.
No, but like even like the with acting, gravitas, like the what she brought to the scenes, I was in love. I was transfixed. She was amazing. But circling back to the finale, another con for me. I understand why she had to kill him, right? I understand it. With her, the way her life went, her life is gone because of him, right? And because of Miss Renslayer, Employee of the Month, 184 months coming, okay? Because she will ride or die for her job, brother.
She don't even know what it is.
Not at all. And she's like, I still ride for this. Right? They would love her at Walmart. Trust and
that's that person.
She has too much good customer service from Walmart.
Like, she just got hired last month. She's already manager.
She already owned the company. Like she's already there. She's a ladder climber. But like, okay, I understand why she had to kill him. But at the end, when she killed that scene was very awkward. I feel like really? Yeah, because
I felt like he was
like
kind
that.
of chilling.
Who stabs like that? And the way that she stabbed him, I just feel like execution wasn't.
Yeah,
I
wasn't scared of her. I was scared.
It was not shot well. She seemed really, really far. Even when she like lunged at him and like
it
got
just looked like
Loki.
It looked like she punched him in the chest, and you didn't even hear it.
Well, the sound. I think that was on purpose because the most beautiful part of that whole scene is the ending where she slumped back and realized she didn't accomplish nothing. She just made things worse. Like the feeling that she got from it,
just like every other woman when they're mad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you what a woman can do when she's mad. Hold on. Bye.
I agree with that. Anyway, I'm just saying.
Pruned.
I got pruned. Back. But no, when she did it, I felt like the disappointment it was for us to feel. I was disappointed. I was like, wait a minute, that didn't even sound right. Like going in, But
I like with what you're saying. I that plays into the character development, and I think that her slumping back made sense. It's just the execution of that scene when she stabbed him.
Execution of the execution.
Shot the way it was. Yeah, the execution of the execution. Yes, the way it was shot wasn't. It was wacky. It was interesting. A little wonky. It was
interesting. Whack.
Yeah, it almost makes me believe like, well, why would they shoot? Because Marvel's such a vet, and these directors are so good at what they do, and they have some great executions. Let me tell you. But
not to most of their third acts, but
that kind of was like they did that on purpose. Because I was questioning.
It was a choice.
Because that back shot was weird. It was just a weird shot.
The way it was shot was like very weird. It was very weird, and it did sound like she just gave him dap in the chest. Like,
yeah, I liked his line.
Baby.
I like
that. I love that. Yes,
and I like the way he
went. Blood.
But
yeah, when they showed blood, they set the bar high with Falcon Winter Soldier. When they showed that blood on that shield, I was like, all right.
I was surprised they did that.
Bro.
I was like,
the power.
Nothing like with them doing that little stab scene and like it's coming from the back. It's kind of like I feel like that's saving because y'all don't want to show blood. It's like from somebody stabbing. I don't know. Just show it. Like, come on,
Falcon, that let me know, like, y'all down to do it.
That man was decapitated or cut in half in Falcon. Okay.
In real life,
I'm surprised that it was a stab and not a decapitation.
You know,
right?
It's very interesting. Was he animatronic?
Yeah, she should have done like a.
And that's the thing too.
It almost looked like he was, right?
Why did she decapitate
the sound of it?
Time Lords or whatever,
synthetic sounding.
Like, why didn't?
I agree. And that's the thing. It didn't do the shink. You know, whenever in every movie when someone gets stabbed, you hear the shink of the knife going in.
You go through layers, right? You go through ribcage.
Bone
slid in like it was an insert slot. Like,
well, that's what I don't think.
I don't think he died. He might have been like.
I don't think he was real. I think he was.
There's a part of me that doesn't think that he is because, like, one, he delivered instructions to Ms. Minutes to be delivered to Renslayer, right? So I think that he was preparing because he knew there was going to be a point because he said, "Okay, I fibbed, right? There's going to come to a point where I cannot see what you guys are going to do." Right. Mm-hmm. And I think that he's one part like intrigued by it. Like he wants to see how this plays out. But then, y'all get my plan B ready. Cause like, I don't know what this shit gonna do.
Yeah.
Just in case. Like, I think that he has like a, one who remains approved variant of himself to be able to slot in. Right.
Mm-hmm. And I reincarnation, baby.
That's exactly.
Yeah. I will be back.
Correct. And it's not like
always end up at this point.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so like I think it's really cool. It sucks that I don't want to have to wait till Quantumania to get more of this story. I don't know when we get, you know, a season 2. It's we got Shang-Chi that comes up. We've got Eternals. Like, I'm so annoyed by the Eternals. Like, because like right now they seem so inconsequential for this entire universe.
They just don't care.
But like honestly, they don't matter. You've now told me that the Infinity Stones are paperweights. You've now told me that everything that happened, like, I don't care who you are. Forget the Ancient One. Forget the Eternals. You mean nothing. This pretty little film for Chloe Zhao means absolutely nothing. Most of Phase 4 so far, I think, means nothing. But it's
I think the line that pissed me off the most is when they're having like this Thanksgiving dinner and they're joking about being the next Avengers. I was like, you better explain this up and down.
And the thing is, like, Marvel has earned to like the benefit of the doubt. But right now, with what we've been presented with, what is going to be satisfying to see in that movie?
Knowing that they were there the whole time and decided not to do crap.
I don't know. You know, Game of Thrones, Stark. I gotta see Rob Stark, and I gotta see what he's gonna possibly do. And Selma Hayek, I'm in love. If I was of any other affiliation, I would marry her.
Affiliation.
So like she's. I just love her. Her voice, girl, bruh. Okay. Anyways. I have reasons to see it acting, which is why they casted who they casted, because the actors are going to bring in the people versus the story. If because a lot of people don't even know what they are.
Exactly. I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised. I think
it's going to be a very well shot movie, and the actors are going to definitely carry it. As far as like us caring about the I think the character actors are going to carry the characters. Because usually it's the other way around. Like we came in. We're usually when the characters is like, okay, we came up for the characters, and then the actors are the secondary. You know what I'm saying?
That's how Avengers were. Because Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. I wasn't from his era, so I didn't really know about him. Chris Evans, he was cool in rom-coms, but I'm like, you know, whatever. Yeah. Chris Hemsworth, who was he before he was Thor? So it's like I totally agree with what you're saying. The characters brought me back to those roles.
You know, Kobe's right, because nobody gives a crap about the comics being real. Eternals, no one really cares. You know, they don't sell like Spider-Man sells or these big names, you know. Heck, Iron Man didn't sell like Spider-Man sold until Robert Downey Jr. came into play, and they literally changed that character to him and everything.
They literally did, bro.
Everything. I've seen the Disney animation. Like I watched some of it where you have the knockoff Robert Downey Jr. voicing him. And I'm like, he is Iron Man.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like that for so many iconic characters. And it makes me sad about Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, with Gunn and everything, and how he's dipping out after this. If you guys didn't know, he's dipping out after this.
Oh, after the third one.
And
I mean, but I think there could be room to maybe come back. No.
Well, David's not doing it anymore because he said I'm about to be 54 when that thing releases, and I don't like showing my body like they want me to do all the time. And he doesn't like the way they treated Gunn.
I mean, that's great. Like, yo, Dave Bautista needs to recognize that, bro. You need to be.
Well, I
that whole cast is leaving.
Batista's a ride or die, though, bro. He's somebody that you want to be your friend because he will ride or die for you.
That's true, but he doesn't make or break any of these movies, so he needs to recognize where he. Nah, they don't. No. That's great for. Okay, the only important person that's inside of Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh shit, I guess they are. The least important person is Drax. Okay, so like he needs to chill. He can be easily replaced.
I mean, Gamora is still there for now.
Easily replaced. Easily.
Like, in my mind, I was thinking about like we still need Rocket. Like I think what Bradley Cooper brings to Rocket is fantastic, but and also. And he can be replaced. You know what I'm saying? Groot can also be replaced.
Groot is for the family.
Hey, me at Marvel, I am Groot. Like,
I mean,
he got some more lines.
We just got Gamora back. You know, I don't think that Chris Pratt is going to go anywhere. To be honest with you, right?
I mean, he made a statement, but his statement was kind of like one of those wishy-washy statements. Where like,
number one, after the performance of Tomorrow War, he's going to be like, you know what? On second thought,
I was about to say after that.
Come on, like I really had a lot of fun with the
I had fun with Tomorrow War though.
I like Tomorrow.
I want to watch.
I definitely recommend
it. Like what the fuck? Why the fuck would I go? Like if
I gotta see it. I want to see it.
It's not the Tomorrow War review.
My favorite role from him was Passengers. I thought
I love Passengers.
Passengers
that's great.
Is such a freaking good movie, and it's like, man, I understand everybody's sentiment and why they are upset or happy at this moment. I understand everything, and I can relate. But we kind of it's been amazing converation, right?
Oh, yeah, thank you so much.
We definitely we're going over time a little bit, but I do want to ask another question from Twitter before we close out. All right, go ahead, get that good stretch on, bruh.
I'm glad we done with this Loki crap. I'm ready.
From Love on Twitter, aka X Deja Vu Phoenix, asks, which Loki variant is your favorite?
Go.
Ooh,
real question.
I kind of wanted to know more about Boastful Loki because what he said, Boastful Loki was like, I killed Iron Man and Captain America, and he had like a hammer in his hand.
Oh, nigga Loki, got you. I was like, Boastful Loki.
Okay. Yeah. That Loki. That Loki. I want to know more about that Loki just because like, I was just interested because nobody. Yeah, he got Tim's on. Like I was just ready for him. He should have had a do-rag on when he let me stop. No, I'm just because he is like not from the comics or anything like that. And what he said, I always like variants. Like, but I wanted to know what's up with him and his hammer. What like and what he did at the end, whatever. But I agree. That's it. Yeah, I just want to know more about him because we already got classic Loki, also Kid Loki, a little bit too. I want to know more about little Kid Loki. Let's see what he was about. How did he do his deed or whatever?
Yeah. Oh, killing Thor.
Mm-hmm.
All that. What about you, Techniq? Which variant is your favorite?
Not including Tom and Sophia, but I think Kid Loki is probably my favorite. Well, no, he's not my favorite. I'm most intrigued by him because he is the most powerful Loki, comic book wise. But old man Loki, loved it.
Yeah, classic.
That scene, I was like blown away by how they were able to pull that off and made it feel real, look real. And I just knew this man for, I don't know, 5 minutes. And I was like upset that he was gone. Like, I was like, so I really loved him. Like that.
I loved him. My only thing is his underwear height. Like we couldn't lower that. Like
I mean, you know how old people like to wake up on their chest underneath the breast.
Christine? Do you remember when they were fighting the shark, Christine?
All underwear.
Oh, not the shark.
Oh, that is classic. That is, boy. If he was in the 1950s, all the people would be having the underwear outside their pants.
That's true. Just think about Batman. Remember Batman?
That's what I said, Batman.
His underwear was outside his pants. That's fine. But his underwear line came up to right under his
he's old man Loki. That was a whole sentiment.
That's a whole diaper.
How to do it, baby.
There's a lot of elastic.
That's a diaper too. That's a diaper in there too.
Feeling that. He wanted to go because he was feeling that wedgie for eons. He was just done.
He had to. It had to go. It had to go.
I can't even put it out at this point. A lion picked me. But yeah, I think he was great. The way he was just like the way that they were about to fail, and he just came out of nowhere and he was just building the whole. I guess that was his version of
Asgard.
Yeah, Asgard, and it was it was so good that Alive couldn't even tell the difference. And that's huge.
Like I said. I mean, if that fan theory bears out where he is our Loki, that's pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, because then it piggybacks to Endgame, which was
and he said he created the perfect, and it lines up so well because that scene was awkward. Like I couldn't sleep off of it because I was just like the fact that he just did that, knowing damn good and well he can't do nothing against this man. Got a whole gauntlet. He's just going to try to stab him with a little knife.
That was harsh. I cried. I was like, oh
no, it was a good scene. But the awkwardness of him, like,
but he gave the line. Like, what did he say? What was his line? He was like, "No coming back" or something like.
No coming back from this. But the way he turned to look at Thor, I was like, oh, something's up. Something's up. So
it was just to save time.
If they do round that off, that was good.
But really quick, Colby, who would be your favorite variant?
Yeah, give me Alligator Loki. He's got some moxie to him, and I want to see him in like his fights against Throg and stuff like that. Like, I like Alligator Loki.
That's funny. Jazzy?
I was gonna say Alligator Loki because he kind of was on site with everybody. Like as soon as he saw President Loki, he just came up, bit his hand off. Like there's no growl or nothing. It was just went right for the arm. I'm like, I like him.
I was like, a whole man's hand gone.
Damn, I was like, wow.
That scream though, that scream was next level.
It was but I do want to thank you guys so much for spending this time with us and having the chats. Make sure you guys in the chat follow these awesome folks down below in the description box. But before we close out, everybody could just say where people can find them. Before we leave, go ahead, Frank, tell the people where they can find you and plug anything you may have.
Yeah, sure. I just got an email. I was like, oh, can I announce it? And I can't announce it yet. But anyway, soon. Keep an eye on Twitter. My name is Techniq, or Frank, aka Techniq. You can find me on Twitch. I do a lot of RPG stuff. I love breaking down stories and stuff. Obviously,
what kind of RPG?
Yeah, I love RPGs and any
MMO.
RPGs there are. Yeah,
you said which one?
MMOs, ARPGs, CRPGs, you name it. I'm down.
What's your top MMO?
Oh,
I'm
gonna take it back and say Ragnarok Online for a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons.
He just put my boy used to play that, and I was hella into this one called Trickster. Like, don't judge me.
Yeah, I remember Trickster.
I was so addicted to Trickster. Dude, I just loved Ragnarok, and I loved the both.
On Twitter is Techniq TV. No you, no E, just a Q, and put TV on the end. You'll find out everything going on with me and what I'm doing. Like I said, I host a voice act. Look for me in some future games and hosting. I'm a premier host for Twitch, so I do Twitch Gaming the weekly. Look forward to the end of the month. That this weekend on to the end of the month, something might be coming up that I might be on. So
are you playing New World?
I am. I will. Yep. Tomorrow is I'm on a campaign for that, so I'm on Team Syndicate. So if you want to join Team Syndicate on East, Yama is the server. We're gonna take down all the others and win this tournament. And also, there's going to be drops, so make sure you guys get on that too, because there's a really nice outfit going to drop. That's me, and I appreciate. And by the way, I appreciate meeting all of you. Awesome, I love this. This is a beautiful thing. Love your show. I told you I was already a fan. And great voice, by the way. And Kolby, spot on, man. I love your reviews, bro. This is great. I love meeting and networking, and we're not done. So as the end of my saying, I'm gonna say we'll see you soon, just like you did in Loki. So.
Hey. Okay, I see you. Yeah. Dwayne, where can the people find you?
Oh, you can find me everywhere. Get your mama house. Let me stop.
That's you there.
Stepdaddy vibes. No, let me stop. Now you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube at Dwayne King with the Y, not an I. I'll probably be streaming after this with Jazz, probably playing some Knockout City. That's what we're playing. And that's it.
Awesome. Kolby, where can the people find you?
Yo, thank you so much. This has been great. You can follow your boy. I'm on all the socials at KolbyToldMe. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, sometimes on TikTok and on Clubhouse. I had a website. Don't know if it's still up. I think I owe somebody money on it. But yeah, go ahead and check your boy out. I do guest pods a little bit of everywhere. You could also follow my other group podcast at Minorities Report Film. That's M Report Pod on Twitter and IG. So when they ask you where you heard it from, you can tell them Kolby told me. Peace.
Love it. Charlie, where can people find you?
Oh, you find me everywhere. Just Hey Charlie X or just Hey Charlie on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. I don't know.
Instagram. Okay,
Instagram.
You could go for him for all things BTS. Right. And K-pop. Right. He's the BTS
and horror. I love horror.
Oh, and horror.
And horror.
I love horror.
Jazzy, going out to you. Let's.
Okay. You can find me on Jazzy Guns on YouTube, _Jazzy Guns on Instagram and Twitter. And if you want to cop some on-site merch, go ahead and look at merchlabs.com/collection/Jazzy Guns. Right there. Dwayne got some right now. I got a hat right now. It looks pretty cool. So go ahead and check it out.
Awesome. And you can find me Christine everywhere. On YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, not Snapchat. I don't know. LinkedIn, Discord.
OnlyFans.
Yo, are they seriously about to get rid of OnlyFans? I heard they're about to get rid of it or something.
I need to make my account.
I heard they're about to get rid of it, or they're about to stray it away from like sex or something like that.
Well, they want to stray away from adult content. That's what they said.
I heard something
away from that.
Maybe because of that fan house.
I would say like they were making a lot of money, so that's unique that they would take that turn. But I mean, well, that's neither here nor there. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Again, shout out to our guest that we had. Shout out to our my co-host on here. We told you where you could find us, and we will see you either next week or the week after. We're going to talk about what our schedule is going to be like after Loki's done, because there's some fun things that we want to do. I definitely want to do another live Q&A for sure over the phone. We got
Lord,
man, we do that again, dude. That was so funny. I cried.
We will do the fan light again.
Oh gosh.
No. Outside of that, anything that I've got going on, you could find on social media.
Maybe it improved.
I can't remember any of it right now. So, but yes, I love you guys as always, and peace. Yeah.
Peace out.
Until next time, buddy.